Yep, we're still here. Can you believe it? I can't believe they allow us to do this. Folks, if you're just joining us, we saw, my God, I don't know what, a trans drag show, because a drag show isn't bad enough. And they got some heifers. These people are so big. They're so big. They're chasing old men around Yellowstone Park. That's how big these transmobobs were, these Decepticons. Now, Paul, how many drinks does it take for you to get drunk enough to pretend that those are women?
None. I can't get laid anymore in a female prison with a fistful of pardons, so I'm just going to take what I can get.
All right.
Thanks for visiting my sister. Means a lot.
Now, you guys, I have a very serious question. What? I can be serious.
I'm going to bet you don't have a serious question.
I question his seriousness.
Here's my question. The grandpa in Yellowstone, Mitch McConnell, which one is going to survive the weekend?
That's easy. The guy in Yellowstone, because Mitch McConnell didn't survive the weekend. Okay,
I think he's dead.
He's brain dead. And this, explain to me. I'll go second because I'm done. He's dead. Explain to me what you think we're seeing, what you think happened,
Didn't
Paul.
we see him brain dead on stages, walking around, looking like he was catatonic over a year ago?
He was a statue.
This is why politics have got us by the short hairs, because we never, ever know what the truth is. That's lively for him, because you actually have a little bit of soul in your eyes.
Hold on, I'll talk
He
for
had
Kevin.
shark
Kevin
eyes.
is going to take that into assessment. He's going to answer your question, and he's fine.
Camera on Kevin, guys. I mean,
He's fine.
he's been doing that for almost a minute
But
now.
let me explain something. We're joking. They seriously did that, and I feel like I'm performing for my audience. He seriously did that. And do you understand, like, people, after watching everything you said, him collapsing like a house of cards, like him freezing, him being paralyzed, he literally vanishes. And when people, then what are we supposed to believe when he tweets out 5 paragraphs that he obviously didn't write? And in those, he says, I fell. And people believe that?
It's not possible. How could you possibly believe anything we hear from Mitch McConnell and his team? Right? Don't they need to keep them alive till August 5th so there's no special election?
The Thune Act, the SAVE Act, yeah.
Which, by the way, we could talk about the SAVE Act all day. Everybody in the world wants it. Blacks, Hispanics, the Jews,
please.
Even them.
Let me tell you, outside of one person, Kamala Harris, just lying still for political gain is not going to get people anywhere. He is an idiot to think he's dead. Like, anyone that thinks he's alive is as brain dead as Mitch McConnell.
I don't buy it.
Paulie, you eat babies. How much adrenochrome? Hold on. That stuff's real. Adrenochrome. How many babies does he have to eat to bring that man back? Because I'm telling you, Mr. Red Shoes there, I think he's gone.
He's going to need a baker's dozen.
A baker's dozen of babies.
And they got to give him black eyes right before they extract the adrenochrome.
You know what? First time I heard that, the liberals are eating babies. I was like, that's the dumbest thing. Oh, wait a minute.
Why is there so much patent on baby blood?
If you look at, we'll just name 3 people: Kathy Griffin, Ellen DeGeneres, and I can't think of it. Oh, Hillary Clinton. If you look at these people, you know, there's something inexplicable about how terrible they look, and it ain't Ozempic.
Hillary Clinton started to look like your sock that was under your bed as a teenager. I mean, she's just wretched.
Yeah. My sock under my bed looks a lot like me, and I'll let you figure out why.
But just to touch on one more thing with Mitch McConnell, don't you think, like, this is how gullible the left has become? Because if you believed that Joe Biden was another guy that was a walking zombie for 4 years, if you believe he did anything, if you believe it wasn't Obama's 3rd term, if you believe any of that, then of course, why no one calls out the left or all politicians to be honest with us, like you said. And why wouldn't you? Here, I'll just type this up. Give me his X account, send, problem solved. And for a lot of the population, problem solved. And that's terrifying.
It's terrifying. We really are at the ultimate disinformation war.
As good a place as any to start. Did you see the backdrop? Look, Dad's not fucking around. I went out. I'm out of uniform today because I'm wearing. What else? What other shirt would I wear? What other shirt would I wear for the birthday of the man, the myth, the legend, the crippling Max Loadzzz, everyone. Yo, Loadzzz! And of course, we can't hear you. Cannot hear you. Cannot hear you. Hey, guy's 59. Fucking, he's still doing leaps and bounds better than Kevin Brennan. Wait, let's see if his sound works. I just want to say that all these coons on my birthday need to give me a wide berth. If there's one thing I want for my birthday more than cake, it's less colors. Pete.
Can you hear me now?
They heard you say terrible things, Peter.
Okay. I didn't have it turned. I didn't have the microphone turned on. What are the odds?
Peter, again.
I was so excited because I downloaded software. Thank you, Aaron. I downloaded software.
You uploaded some hardware this morning, though, didn't you, Pete? Huh?
So I
did
could
you
zoom in.
With Maxine? Is that what you did? Happy birthday, Mr. Big Gulp. There you go. You go. These are the fans, Pete. They know what they're doing.
So I could zoom in with the camera, and I don't have to move the computer around or whatever. So I'm seated very comfortably now.
You should back. This is how close you are, though.
Well, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need to be back. You're retarded, Gigger. You're retarded.
How's that?
You can hear. Like, there's no reason you should not be able to hear us both.
You want?
Yeah, you're good.
Is that better?
Happy 59. I wish for you know what I wish? The only thing I wish more than you waking up so well hung on your 59th birthday, Mr. Loadzzz, would be we saw some other people hung very well in the government. And I was listening to a little thing. And by the way, yes, you are. By the way, I thought that was a perfect place to open because we talked about it. We talked about it in a different vein, and I'm going to let the different vein go because it's your birthday, Loadzzz. Like, you can't believe anyone. And I was talking to our boy Push-Ups today. And he agreed with me. He's like, everyone on the right. He's like, well, they had some good points. Like, everyone on the right was like, yeah, I knew this, of course. And this is going to infuriate me more. And on the left, I don't know who covered it, but you told me the platforms on CBS and NBC. Within a minute, I said, there you go. I was waiting for them to say something like he's lying. And it took less than a minute for NBC to say that was the election was legitimate, and CBS to say that was proven false. And I'm like, no and no. And then I turned it off. So, Peter, can we expect to see anyone besides you hung today?
Probably not. That was a great birthday present for me last night, just proving, see, I was right. I accept that. Again, I got a text from the big fella with the same concern.
By the way, your dad's namesake, Angelo, said happy birthday, Pete.
Thank you, Angelo. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pop Phantom Teresa, you hate, says, can you turn up the racism on that mic, Peter?
I cannot. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Suck man. What I was going to say. Oh, my
God. Hold on, let
God.
me check something. Keep talking.
Can you? All right, I'm talking.
It's fine. It's fucking fine. I checked it. Hold on. Let me see if my video share is working. Oh, wait. What happened?
My camera went out. Jesus.
Pete, what the Pete. I fucking my brother. My big brother. My big brother. I just wanted to hear him. I just wanted to hear him curse like a maniac on his birthday. Is that so wrong? Blood harvester, shots, bloody shots. I just wanted to hear. Oh, let me kick him from the studio so he can come back. I think that's what we did. While that's going on, I will point out that, there is no reason to fucking believe anyone. And I was talking to my boy, Push-Ups, and I said this to Pete as well. Let me check and make sure Pete's not trying to call. Hold on. Streaming now. No, I don't know where he is. All right, look. While that's going on, I'll point out. Here he goes. You guys want to hear some? You guys want to hear somebody? You guys want to hear somebody curse?
I have no idea what happened. I'm not even going to pretend. I have no idea what happened. It's maddening. I have no idea. I have no idea. All I could think of is I put my drink down and it nudged. It nudged.
Hold on. Look at this from Jeff. Herzlichen Gluckswunsch zum Geburtstag, Max Loadzzz, Heil. Anything, Pete?
I have no idea what the hell that means.
Let's fucking translate that. Translate. Hold on. Translate text. I want to do it. Happy birthday, Max Loadzzz. Cheers is what it says. Here's it.
Nice.
Says, happy birthday, Max Loadzzz. Cheers. I gotta tell you, Jeff. And by the way, this Jeff guy hates me because I keep putting foot pics. He's like, you've ruined everything. I'm disappointed. I'm quite disappointed that that's all that said.
I'm not. I appreciate that.
He sounds fine. Rant was from before. Now, as long as we're testing things, I want to make sure that my video files are working. So let me see.
No, you don't have to make sure of that. There's no need to check on the. Oh my God!
It's
Oh.
I'm gonna cry.
Are you gonna? Okay. You can stop.
I'm gonna explain comedy to you because I don't think you're as clever as EK. I just saw him pop up as Curtis John. Do you see how the doll's head keeps popping out from behind the face?
Yeah, Gene. We see it, Gene.
It's a great pick of you. I think so too, gay bitches.
Oh my God. It is disturbing.
Can't fucking hold on. Angelo gifted. Don't go far. Angelo gifted 5 subs. I fucking love you, buddy. Blood Harvester gets 1. Gigger Nets it. Push-ups. You get 1.
Wait.
ACDC. By the way, ACDC, I love you, buddy. It's good to have you back in the house. I'm wearing the first day back. I'm wearing the fucking Secret Service shirt. You got me. I love you, buddy. Loadzzz in Florida. So
12 minutes into that first half hour, and this is what we got.
It's only half an hour. Oh, Pete, this could be anything. This could be.
Oh my God. I was going to respond to push-ups, but you just get on with this chicanery.
Peter, I'm going to say something.
Oh, I don't want to interrupt.
Pete, you're a professional. Pete.
I know, and I don't want to step on your comedy.
Oh, Pete.
Or Curtis John's genius.
I'm looking at this video. I'll tell you what I don't want to step on.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is nice. There it is. I don't even need to hit play. I will.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
No. There's something wrong.
Happy birthday, dear Max fucking Loadzzz. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, what goat?
I don't know how Maxine does it because my asshole still hurts really bad.
Oh my God.
I can look at how he did
The talent that is in this chat is not to be denied.
Peter, I'm gonna add something else. Because I know you don't find him funny enough. I am 99.9% certain he did that in a truck stop bathroom, Peter.
That would only make it better. And I want to know if it was a Love's or a Pilot or a Quick Time or a Jet Through.
Peter, I mentioned it to him today, and I texted him asking if he wanted to do something for your birthday, and somehow we responded yes before I even sent it. Before I even say, he's like, "Yeah, can I send you a video?" He's gonna have nightmares tonight.
Jesus.
What are you looking up at, Loadzzz?
Nothing.
You're what are you eating? Your popcorn? You excited?
No, some peanuts. It's not. It's just the Open, the British Open. So I was going to say,
Some guy set the record.
yes.
Say, go on.
What Trump said last night.
Just talk.
It validated
the Pete folder. So just talk.
It validated all of us who knew what was going on at the time, and were Love's in Somerton, South Carolina. I knew it. Love's is a nice stop. Everything's nice. Love's a good truck stop.
By the way,
I stopped at many of Love's.
The authorities are on their way right now. They're like, it's Somerton, South Carolina. That one, get him. God, he's.
By the way, what could be more appropriate than doing that at a Love's? So what I was going to say is, Gabe. This is how I always envision my 59th birthday. When I was a young boy, this is what I would think about. What I was going to say is, what Trump said last night validated all of his people and I won't even say his people, the people who know what's going on. And like I said, Stace, Mongo texted me about it with the same concerns you had. Those people are just going to be left behind. I know the media wants us to, wait a minute. I know the media wants us all to believe that there's so many people out there who don't believe it, and they're believing what NBC is saying. They're not. It's just such a small amount of people. Hell, most people don't even believe anything happened with the election. It's totally gone to them. But the honest people who sit down for 5 minutes and think about it, Dago, best 30 minutes of my life. They're all in. They know what happened. There's no way you get around things that are just stone cold reality. I won't even say thank you, Gecko. I won't even say fact anymore. Stone cold reality.
Gecko
5 states.
By the way,
5 states.
Gecko, who he fucking must watch while doing shit because he's on a different thing. Whenever we get done a stream at the warehouse, he just pops in. Great stream. Thank you, guys. You are so fucking appreciated, Gecko. Love you.
Gecko's in England, isn't he? Isn't he in England? Isn't he in England? Yeah. So, dude, it looks like it's broad daylight for the British Open.
By the way, I want to talk about that. The House, them starting to pass the bill for daylight savings, and I'm gonna piss my big brother off. I think I'm against it.
I will. I was talking about that earlier. So at any rate, before you get the things you can't get around in that first, you can't get around 2016. Hillary Clinton wrote a book about how Russia robbed her from being president in 2016. She never let go. So she is the OG of, if you want to call it, election denial, but it's okay. She's a Democrat. Okay. So what this proved is everything Hillary Clinton said has been proven to been an FBI rigging that was set in place by Obama. They showed you the documentation of when he called everybody into the Situation Room, Clapper, Brennan, all the people in, and said, you're going to find me that Russia did this. You can't get away from 5 states stopped the vote counting all at the same time on election night. You can't get around the postal driver.
Loadzzz all over the cake, Pete. Loadzzz knows. The
postal driver.
But I'm gonna interrupt you to change one word. It doesn't prove. It just verifies what common sense told us. What common sense told us. People that can think for themselves and think in a straight line. But the left will never believe it. And I don't think they'll get left behind until someone's hung. Sorry, Pete. Back to you. I apologize.
Look, everybody wants their pound of flesh. And they did say they will be going after people and investigating
You already got her. Oh, you said pound of flesh? Maxine already got her. I thought you said pounded flesh. Never mind. Go on.
No, you misheard. And eventually, who knows? Maybe they will get people and bring them up on charges. And sure, that would be important. But even at that point, you got to face the facts. Even if they bring James Clapper up on charges and he's found guilty, that's not going to matter to these people either. They're gone. They have to just be left behind. It doesn't matter. That's what people like you and me in the chat have to understand. There are doctors, there are those who know and those who don't. And those who don't are so buried because of how they were at the time, they will never come around, because that would mean them admitting they were wrong about this. And all of us rubes and idiots and conspiracy theorists, that's a word I don't use, all of that, Orange Man lies, they will have to admit that we were all right. And they can't do it. They cannot.
No, they never will. They never will.
So that's why you got to understand.
They all said it. Orange Man said it lies.
Right.
Oh, by the way,
That's
did you
why-
notice? I wished a happy birthday to you and Steve in the chat with your goofy Midwestern cousin in it, just to make sure.
And you
By the
think
way,
on my birthday,
raise a glass to Mom. Our mother Janie would have been 96 today, and she once gave Pete the opportunity to hit me with a hammer, and he fagged out on it. Fagged out. I hit him with a belt buckle. You would have thought we lived in friggin' Arkansas, the size of this belt buckle I whacked him with.
size of a stop sign. At any rate, yeah, so what you got to understand is those people can't be moved. They aren't, and they're not, so you just leave them alone. They're going to die off. You know, these women are going to eventually give up on it because they're going to be the only ones left. So what are you going to have voting Democrat? College-educated women with PhDs and transgenders. If that's enough to win elections, and by the way, they're going totally socialist. If that's enough to win elections without cheating, good for them. But we all know it's not. We all know they can't win any election, maybe for dog catcher, without cheating. So that's where this is.
Yeah, go on, Pete.
So that's all it is. That's why at this point, the president came out and said it. He's got his people in place. Behind the scenes, I don't know if you saw it, they're firing thousands of people. The PhD. What is that, EK? I do not have a PhD.
You see, Reverend Graham said, Reverend Graham said, speaking of someone who's hung, MAGA mule, am I right? And I happen to just have that picture handy. The MAGA mule.
My God.
There you go. For some reason, it's gone. GoEnhance.ai. There you go. That's good stuff. And Curtis John, please. I took a garden hose stuck in my brother's head. We're not giving me a strawberry. I don't even know what that means. Oh my God! When they were kids, please. I took a garden hoe, stuck it in my brother's head. We're not giving me a strawberry. See, that's what brothers do. Brothers got a hug.
I mean, so at any rate, that's all I'm saying is they're going to be left behind. That's where it is now. You shouldn't. I didn't even watch any of it. Why do I want to hear? I used to want to hear what they had to say, but they've become such intellectual dishonest liars, for lack of a better word. I don't even bother listening anymore. Why would you even listen? Yes, thank you, Natopia Slice. Why would you listen anymore? And then it just gives them oxygen. What is that?
Push-ups. And in that book, Hillary cited my favorite book, The True Believer by Eric Hoffer. I gave a copy to Gino, but I think the Tard lost it. It's sitting at the top of, can you please try to read a fucking book again, Gino Pyle? Peter, didn't I used to read a lot? Not like once I got out of college, I'm like, I was fucking, I was DiCaprio in The Departed. Let me tell you something. School is out. But I used to read a lot. I'm going to read this fucking book. I'm going to read it. Maybe I'll even read it on tape so people can fucking, I can give something to the members and stuff. Look at Natopia Slice. Happy birthday, Max Loadzzz. Phil the Slice, wink, wink. I love it.
So, at any rate.
Okay, go on. Finish. I'm sorry, Pete.
That's it. And then they're gone. They're behind. This is all that's going to be in the news now for the rest of the summer. And if they don't pass the SAVE Act, then I think Trump will just initiate it through executive order. Also, Mark Wayne Mullen basically said that ICE is going to be at polling places in these states that weren't cooperative. And people lose their minds about that. I love that. Because let me ask you something. ICE being at a polling place, is that going to stop you from voting, Gene? No. Is it going to stop anybody in this chat from voting? Absolutely not. Who's it going to stop from voting? The people who would vote Democrat.
Yeah, illegals. And did you see? Did you see the latest person? The guy that was the guy that got killed. Trying to kill the dude with the car. Was he an illegal or was he just an idiot? I know he was a Mexican.
Wait, there's so many of them. He was here illegally.
But they showed his wife crying, doing the typical, he was a good man. He never bothered anyone. He tried to run someone over. You stupid spick. And I'm sorry, I'd be polite and call you a dumb cunt and wouldn't make it racist, but you angered me, so I'm going to call you a stupid spick. I think that's fair. Your thoughts, Loadzzz?
So he was in the country. If we're talking about the same, if we're talking about the same guy, he was in the country illegally, in our country illegally, for I think 38 years. He had kids here. They have good jobs. Good for them. But he was here illegally. And yes, apparently he turned his vehicle towards the ICE agents and got shot. And by the way, I know that ICE was going to say, oh, all right, we're not going to, I guess, chase people in their cars anymore or whatever. And Trump said, no, you are. No, you are going to do it. And I agree with him. I agree with him because these people got to get the message. If you come here,
isn't that more of the left just being so delusional? They think they can make up laws. They're like, yeah, they put up signs. Like didn't Bass do that? She put up signs all over LA. You can't have a gun here, and everyone's like, yeah, you can. You can't just put up a sign and do stuff on public property. And they're like, well, they said they're going to stop with the traffic stops, and Trump's like, no, we're not. Stop thinking because you're used to getting your way from stupid people that will do anything for your vote. Because, and I love that Trump called them that, they're pathetic. They're so pathetic they need to cheat. And that's all there is to it. Pathetic people need to cheat. Pathetic people need to lie. And I love that. That's the only, this is pathetic. It's like you can yell at them all you want and be like, you're too stupid to do this. Or just try and win fairly. But after a while, you just have to look at them and say, and not even tell them what to do. Just say, you're pathetic right now. And hope that lands. Am I wrong?
No, you just got to let them be and just say, yep, you're right. Yeah, whatever you want to think, that's fine. The rest of it is moved on.
I'll tell you what I want to think. I want to think that, I just became an ordained minister because our good friend Maddie's getting married soon. He wants me to do it. Speaking of Maddie would love to wish Max Loadzzz a happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Pete.
Hey, Maddie Retro, how are you?
All right, what's going on?
Nothing, just doing the show with Gene. The softball tomorrow in the rain. I'm sure we'll get blown out, and that'll be it for the playoff.
I don't know. All these years with Gino, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. Speaking of getting blown out, is Mel there? Tell her I said hi.
Hey,
I'm calling her a whore and not Maxine.
By the way, the smoke is just ridiculous around here from the Canada fires. It's terrible. I couldn't go to the beach today. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, we couldn't go to the pool. They closed the pool.
Yeah, today's worse than yesterday. I was at the beach yesterday. It wasn't too bad. But today, you can't even go outside. It's bad. And that usually doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I live in East Harlem. It's a little smoky every time I go outside, if you know what I mean. Pete, there's colors all over them. It's dark. Anyway, Maddie, I will say this. We're doing Princeton. Hopefully we'll get there before this, but I can confirm we're doing Princeton the last Saturday of August, which would be what, the 28th?
9th.
Excuse me, the 29th. So the 28th, let's definitely plan on that, Pete. Let's definitely plan on hitting Peroni's, Hidden Treasures. I tried to get him to Skype from there so we could talk to all the crazies, Tom and the V-Man. But let's definitely plan on that. The 28th of August, 29th at Princeton. We good?
We're good.
I'm looking at. I don't know if I'm good for the 28th because we are leaving for Hilton Head that day. So I will let you know.
Oh, okay. Hey, dude. Look, you don't have to tell me and Maddie, which is a couple of Pete. I get it, yo. I get it. Maddie, you know what? I'll come down. We'll do the show without him. We'll let Miss Peroni sit in his place. It'll be great.
Look,
but I'm not soon to be Mrs. 609. She's not going to be Mrs. Peroni anymore. Here she comes. There's Mrs. 609.
Yes. Thank you.
Show everybody. You can buy one of them yourself at Peroni's Hidden Treasures.
In lovely Mercer County, New Jersey.
Yes, actually, just voted #1 jeweler in Hamilton Township.
Oh, why did I not put that up in the banner? God damn it. Hold on, Maddie. Keep
no
talking. Hold on, Maddie. There it is.
But yes, and then the following Friday, Gino, I think you'll be marrying us.
That's right. I'm Peter. I'm an ordained minister in the what is it?
The Universal Life Church.
That's right, Universal Life Church. So I'm gonna go on one of those hiring sites and become like an officiant. Do you?
Let me tell you something.
Do you queer guy in denial, take this fucking whore that's desperate for a ring? I'm practicing.
I
love it. I love it.
Want you to? Matt's openly gay. All right. Well, look.
Are
We're
you-
gonna let you to go.
Only for you, Gene.
Oh,
Only for you, Gene.
Are you showing up?
We're gonna get back to politics, but thanks for wishing Loadzzz happy birthday. It means the world.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta know if you're showing.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Pete. Have
you.
a great day.
Have a
Wait a
great
second. Are you showing up on a skateboard and a cape to do their wedding?
No, that was more efficient, and that was fucking great. Like, I'll kill myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
his officiant
Happy birthday.
shows up. Thank you, riding in on a skateboard with a cape, like Superman on a skateboard.
He'll be walking up with a bottle of Jameson.
That I believe.
Oh, that I love. Well, thank you guys so much. Fucking love
Oh.
you guys. I will see you soon, Maddie.
All right, sounds good. Happy birthday, Pete.
There you go.
Thank you, Maddie.
All right.
Congratulations.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.
Look at this, Pete, like a goddamn pro. Shout out to our boy, fucking gay bitches. Happy birthday, Pete.
Thank you, Gabe.
And thanks for the 20, Jeff. Jeff asks, has the pendulum swung back to the right? Are you enjoying watching real people finally pushing back after the last 20
Yes.
years of bullshit? I'm finally seeing some of the cohesion among
Yes.
Americans. I agree with that, but I
Yes.
don't think it's enough. I don't think
Gene,
it's strong
what do
enough.
you mean
Oh,
enough?
sorry. Thank you, Jeff.
You swim in a septic tank of politics where you live.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
You just have to be. There are plenty of people, and what I like about it is the left. They don't even bother anymore. You put them in their place calmly. Hey, what about them stopping a vote or whatever? And they have nothing. You just say, all right, you have nothing. So whatever you want to say, go ahead. You're wrong. I'm sorry you're wrong about this. But the rest of us have moved on. You can either move on with us, or you can keep thinking this silly stuff. You're not going to get your people elected. Nobody is in favor of your men playing in women's sports and that hocus pocus. The Supreme Court's ruled on all these different things. You know, Trump can fire these people at the EPA, you know, so they can't, you know, ruin our lives with their regulations. It's all over. We're moving. And we got 2.5 more years of Trump, whether people like it or not. Hopefully they don't, God forbid, kill him.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I
It's
think we
Gene,
need a
you
moment.
just have to accept, and I know you're around a lot of it. Just like, all right, look, you can talk, but you're thinking wrong. I can't help you. The rest of the world has moved on, and if you don't believe it, Trump said this. They're investigating these people. It's over for you. I'm sorry. The Supreme Court ruled that states don't have to let boys play in girls' sports. They ruled on that. It's over. States can, but that means people can sue them, and they win. Like New Jersey still letting boys play in girls' sports. Because it didn't say you can't do it. It said you don't have to do it. So if somebody sues now, it's going to be a problem for those states. The Slaughter decision where he gets to fire people in the executive, anybody who's under the executive branch, that's huge. So all these people in charge, like the EPA, the EEOC, all these BS agencies that were created as some sort of quasi, no, they're in the executive branch, but Trump can't touch them. That's gone. And they're going to take care of the birthright citizenship sooner rather than later. And they're going to take care of elections. I hope, look, if they can send ICE to places where elections are, just send them everywhere. Because then those people won't come in. And I believe, and someone in the chat can check me on this, I believe the Postal Service has said, because Trump told them they cannot just deliver these ballots willy-nilly. They have to have proof that the ballot is like going to the right person and that person is a registered voter. And I believe the Postal Service said, yes, that is what we're going to do. So all these mass mailing of ballots is not going to happen.
Well, did you see?
By the
was
way,
like-
and again, the last thing, because someone put in there, there is never any reason that a voting machine should be hooked up to the internet. No reason. There is no reason for it. Stace works in that and IT and everything. He said, Pete, these guys that's child's play basically for them to go into the system. There's a guy in Georgia who real time went into Georgia's voting system, said, look, see, I'm in your system. Look, I just changed those votes. But again, everybody in the chat knows it. You and I know it. And the people who want to continue to deny it will say either I didn't see it, which doesn't mean it didn't happen. Like, I didn't see it, so I don't believe it. Or they'll say, well, that was AI. Anything, any foolishness to defend. It's the sunken cost theory. I now believe sunken cost theory.
Yes.
These people are so sunk into it, it's over. Why can't we do that? I don't know that you can. To be honest, Jeff, we don't get away with that.
It's going to get to the point where it's like you just have to go because you don't understand. Like, we're hitting you with facts. We're literally smashing you. We're hitting you over the head with fucking the facts of what went on. And I was watching Glenn Beck and the compromised information. Okay, like Donald Biden, Joe Biden talked about it years ago and said all this stuff was stolen by China from Britain, and the left believed it because it was true. The left had let me say better, more effectively, and the left had no doubt. The left had no doubt about it. But you think if China's fucking hacking into people, they're going to be like, we've got to get England and then we'll work on America? No, it's so obvious. If you believe they got England and they obviously got America for so many more people, to quote number 47, tens of millions. And like what they did, I was watching this on Glenn Beck. Did you? Because I know you looked at some of the files and we'll talk about that. You went to the whitehouse.gov. The guy on Glenn Beck said, the stuff they did, once China got your information, they'd say you voted. And this happened to me. I don't know if it was China. This happened to me when I went and voted I threw away my vote for Curtis Sliwa because the Republican Party in New York is so dead. They were telling me to vote for Cuomo. But the woman in front of me, they said, you voted already. And it was just this scrawny little white chick going, no, I didn't. And they're like, well, you have to fill out this. And they said it. And the guy said, they said, you voted already. He's like, no. Then they give you a provisional form. And if they can't clear it up, your vote doesn't count. Whatever vote they have counts. There's another one where they would just say, they would send out ballots to people. And, they take your information, send it to someone else, fill it out for you. They'd send it to a different state and vote for you. A lot of people didn't even know. All these things going on, which are so obvious and should be to any American infuriating. But you're being, I'll use Pete's, you're being intellectually dishonest. If you're like, well, if you think that's going on and you're not complaining, it's because you know it's going on so they can vote for the left. There's no way they're cheating to put Trump in. Another thing they said on Glenn Beck was Chinese used information after the 2016 election, and then they'd look at the pockets that voted for Trump, and then they would hack into shit to fucking I can't remember how I don't know exactly how they did it, but I'm sure they could, to make things financially more difficult on those literal areas of the population that voted for Trump, hoping that friggin' people would turn on Trump. They did this.
How do you do that? How do you make things financially more difficult?
I'll find the clip and play it for you. I'll be glad to.
Yeah,
but
I want to. So, just Aaron James said, I believe Trump is setting up to rest in the last 6 months of his term, where they will go after him. I was wondering if he was setting up to do it right after the midterms. Like, I think Trump wants to get these people so bad that he's going to do. I think after the midterms, all hell breaks loose in Iran. Like, it's all no holds barred. It's balls to the wall. And I also would hope that it's the same thing. Yeah, I would hope it's the same thing with these people, because he doesn't have to run again. And it's not like they're going to run a socialist. The Democrats are going to run a socialist. If Marco Rubio can't be the socialist, then the country's done. And there won't be cheating, because by this point, I think in his second 2 years, they'll start arresting people who are involved in this. So I'm hoping it's not his last 6 months, maybe his last year.
Hey, by the way, while we're at it, thanks to the two. Your boy Jared Phillips, thanks for the laughs. We love doing it. And Giggernett said, so Pete, happy birthday. But have any of your retirement jobs been denied due to the AI information on you? That's a valid question, Peter. That's a valid question.
No, because the Easy Street consigliere signs off on all these things. You're right. He does have to protect his family. That's the other thing. And
But
I have
that
not
makes
applied
sense.
for. I have not applied for a job where they're going to check this. But I would like to think any place I apply for, if they see this, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we need you here." Who wouldn't want this there? I mean, where am I going to work? A golf course? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I need something October to April. Literally. October
What
15th.
did Franklin want to do? He wanted to be a fucking creator at fucking Disneyland. Fucking typical fucking figures. I say figures.
Yeah. Hey, High Tea Central, I'd love to see that too. Gene would lose his mind if he saw that.
Let me see.
Yeah, so I love that Jim Tells You was in here. Thank you again, Jim, for having me on this year, and wishing a happy birthday. So yeah, I think
that no one's ever seen before. The Chinese were telling their consulates target people with this messaging. Then they told their
Tell me if
folks,
you can hear this, okay?
I can hear it.
Bad person. Make it try to foment racial.
Now it stopped. It stopped, Gene. It stopped. I was hearing it, and it
20
stopped.
million voter files from us. If you're trying to foment racism and division on our streets, if you're trying to use your social media, if you're using blackmail, by the way, they talk. China was gaining blackmail on U.S. officials so that they could embarrass them just before the election. If you're doing those things, you have intervened in our election. I don't care what any Democrat or some knucklehead on CNN is saying. Those four things are thresholds that amount to interference in any common American's mind.
Okay, so I thought that there were two things that came out. One, that this is really important, this voter data, and they could just use it for algorithms to shape
Here we
you
go.
on how you're going to vote. All the things you just said, and shape
All right, pause
you as
that.
well. And two,
Hold on.
and this might have been a bigger thing.
Go on.
I'm out on that. You vote how you're going to vote. If you can be shaped by stuff being dumped in your algorithm or using your algorithm, no, that's your problem. That's America. That's having the freedom to vote. If you're a U.S. citizen, you have the right to vote. And if it's shaped by something in an algorithm, you're too weak-minded, and you're going to do whatever. So God bless them. And by the way, the Republicans and the right should be doing the same thing. Play on these weak-minded losers and put in their algorithm all this stuff. That's part of the process. All right, go to the next one. But that part I'm out on is everybody should be doing that to win over the weak-minded.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead.
I love this. Let's watch a little more. Go ahead.
Agencies. That there were two things that came out. One, that this is really important, this voter data, and they could just use it for algorithms to shape you on how you're going to vote. All the things you just said, and shape you as well. And two, and this might have been a bigger thing, the cover up from our own intelligence agencies. I mean, John, this is what happened in Vietnam to some degree. It's
this is the biggest
what
thing.
happened with Iran-Contra in a way where everybody said, well, no, the president knew. Here we know the president didn't know. And it was a problem every time something like this has happened. And I think this is the most important violation of this. Them keeping information vital from the president of the United States. I think, is there anything here that is going to be so indisputable that you'll see an actual perp walk?
Yes, I do. I think it's possible. I think you'll see terminations first, right? And so the CIA is now reviewing everyone that was involved with a presidential daily briefing.
We'll look at this in a second.
He's the guy, but he is the guy that Trump hired to do the investigations because he was already investigating stuff. John Solomon, and I all the time on Real America's Voice, but he was on going years back. He was on because he had information. I feel like he gave information to the Gateway Pundit. Like he's been around the last 5-6 years, easy doing this, and I love that Trump picks people like this to do it. Legitimate people, they're just regular. I have a reporter, I'm finding this stuff out, and he's straight down the line. But that is the biggest thing, and that's what people don't like to hear. Because somebody posted that today, I'm trying to find it, because the problem is people are like, well, the left won't believe it, or whoever won't believe it. And I'm like, you know, these guys, I mean, you make me lose my train of thought. But the fact Trump was in office when the 2020 election happened. His people were hiding it from him. His people. So there were it's the deep state. It's not Trump. It could have been Biden, but Biden was a senile. He didn't know anything. But it's Obama's people. Obama was the last, what's the word I'm looking for, mentally competent person to be president before Biden. You know what I mean? Like the Bushes were mentally competent.
He was president during Biden, and I know you agree with that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it all goes back to Obama and the deep state that we now know has probably been around since the end of Reagan. And maybe during Reagan. Who the hell knows what H. Bush was doing all those years in the CIA and how they undermined Reagan and the American people. So let's call it what it is. Don't say, oh, why didn't it was Republicans. No, man. Get your head around it. It was the deep state and these dirty people in these agencies. Hell, you got the one woman, her name is Nikki Flores, who said she was running like a secret government or whatever. Why am I using the wrong word? A shadow government. She was FBI saying, I'm running the shadow government here. They have it. So what are we doing? Now,
and I would go so far as to say, Pete, like you said, he picked this guy to do it, and I would argue, Pete, he rewarded him. Like there are so many people that work their balls off, you know, in between Trump 45 and Trump 47, and he saw this guy's like, he's like, I'm gonna let you do it. And this guy opened the interview with Beck, and we'll watch a little more in a sec. And he said, he's like, how do you get this? He's like, well, I've always made requests, but he said Tulsi stood him up with a lot of requests. It's like when all this came down, Trump said, just tell us whatever you want. And they handed it to him.
Yeah.
That's why he knows this shit. So
and by the way, there's video.
He rewarded them. And by the way, Pete, I know if you don't understand how much two of your faves are enjoying your birthday, Garrett and Steve, is this going to work? All right. Garrett and Steve. So Steve just sent me a text.
Oh my God.
I have a three-way chat going with Garrett, Steve, and Stancil, right? And he puts Pete, he goes,
You're breaking up. You broke up.
I didn't.
You're good now. You're good now.
Oh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even show it yet, ladies and
gentlemen.
My
God! Look at this is what's called making it, people. Right here, when you have Steve Conte come in, this is awesome. I'm watching the end of you guys. Where are you? Some horse track?
I'm at Monmouth Park.
I didn't even show the two things you said. Do you want to?
There they go.
Where are you going on vacation, Steve? Are we not allowed to say?
By the way, Pete, while this is going on, Steve sent me this. It's like I just bet on Loadzzz. I bet on the Loadzzz or MAXXX power, and that didn't hit. So then he doubled down. You ready? He doubled down on MAXXX's glory.
Oh my God! How did you not play? Wait, go to that first thing. The Max Power, wasn't the horse right under that? Caitlin something? Wasn't it Caitlin said?
What is it?
Go back to the other race. Not that. Oh my. No, that's not it, Gene.
That's one of the horses. That's one of the horses in the race. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, look at that.
This is
Yeah, did you bet Caitlin said?
Yeah, Caitlin said. How did you not bet on Caitlin said?
Please tell me you bet MAXXX Power and Caitlin said won, Steve. Please tell me you bet MAXXX Power and
I bet MAXXX Power. MAXXX Power lost. So now I bet MAXXX's Glory. And MAXXX's Glory is currently in 5th place. They're coming around. Oh, he's coming out. Oh, he's in 6th now. Oh, he's in 6th.
Wait.
He's
There's MAXXX's Glory. Look, that's MAXXX's
Oh my God.
right there.
There's the big mega mule.
Oh my God. This is making it, people. So how's everything going? You're going away, aren't you?
I'm sorry, it's so loud here because the race is happening. I can't hear anything. It's going to be over in a second, though. MAXXX's Glory is in last place.
That's about right. It's over in a second. That's about right.
That's MAXXX's Glory. That one right there. That horse all the way in the back was MAXXX's Glory.
Who would believe on this day there's 2 MAXXX horses racing at Monmouth Park?
One after another, too.
By the way, oh my God, really quick, look what somebody put in the chat. Steve, announce the race as Rapesh, please.
This one stinks. The last one stinks. All the horses smell like shit. Goal!
I love it.
God. No, I was just I was just saying, you guys said, you're going on vacation, and at the end of the show, you're like, well, maybe we'll be back Thursday, and you're like, I don't know if I'll be back. So I don't know where you're going, but have a good time. Have a good time. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you, Mr. Loadzzz. I'm going to the Jersey Shore. That's why I'm not sure if we're gonna spend an extra day or if we're gonna come home on Wednesday.
Are you going to the South Jersey Shore, or are you going to be like North Jersey, like Monmouth County? What?
South Jersey.
Okay. Well,
I'll be by you, actually.
If you are, I'll be back during the week, so let me know. That would be freaking fantastic.
Yeah, I should be. I'm going to be on the beach all week.
Sure, that's where you should be. That's where you should be, Steve.
I
That's
was
what normal
watching
people
the show
do.
yesterday, and I said to Steve, I'm like, did you see yesterday, Pete? I'm like, why are you dressed up like all my uncles at a barbecue? He looked like Uncle Frank, Uncle Nate. You should have been sipping coffee. You look like Uncle Joe. I'm looking at him like, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I miss being 7. I miss being 7 and getting raped in the shed by my Uncle Joe. Hold on.
Yeah, I had my vacation outfit on, and it wasn't ill-fitting at all. It was the perfect thing to wear to the beach.
Hey,
I only caught the second half. Oh my God! Look at this! It's a birthday miracle.
Hey!
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, Max? Happy birthday!
It's going great. This is fantastic,
Max. Yeah, Max. I was talking with your brother.
4 boxes here. See what I did there?
Segregation.
For you.
All right, Steve, hold on 1 sec. I'm going to bounce you out for 1 sec. Steve, we're going to let you go because it's so loud. I just wanted Jeff to be able to say hi. You there?
Yes.
All right, buddy.
Steve, have a great vacation.
Charlie,
and talk to Gene, and I'll try to find you at the beach.
Yes, I hope to see you down there in Loadzzland. I guess you guys can hear me.
Yes, Gene, you'll figure it out.
What were the 2 places?
I heard you. Loadzzland.
Loaddsburg?
Loadsadelphia? No, Loaddsburg? Loadsylvania?
Loaddsville, maybe? I can't remember.
Jeff, do you remember what they were, the 2 places? Like, it's outside of Loaddsburg or Loaddsville?
I definitely think Loaddsville was one of them.
Loadsylvania sounds right.
Yes, and so does Loaddsylvania. It all just runs together.
Yourself getting dumber. I love Jeff. He's like, Loadsylvania sounds right. All right, Steve, go enjoy your vacation. I love you, buddy. Thanks so much, man.
Love you guys. Yes. Love you, Loadzzz.
Thank
Happy
you for
birthday.
checking in. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's great.
Thanks. Hold on. Put the star in the middle. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well.
How's it going, Jeff?
All is well. I was just finishing up at work, and Max, I got some birthday material for you.
Oh, go ahead. Let's hear it. Oh my God!
So, Max, your brother was telling me about the time when you were kids, and your dad came home and saw a stump in the front yard, and he walked up to you boys and went, "Hey, what happened to the cherry tree?" And Max said, "I cannot tell a lie. I was jerking Gino off and knocked over the cherry tree."
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Max. Max is very popular with the ladies. Max eats so much pussy, he survived the Donner Party crossing.
You get it, Gene? They were eating people.
Yeah. Hey. I get it. Go on. This is gold.
Yeah. Max had sex with so many women during the colonial days. The only way to tell if he fucked an Indian or a pilgrim is the woman would come once if by land and 2 if by sea.
He's part of the sexual revolution.
Oh my God.
Yes. Max was at the very first Halloween. He went in blackface, not because he's racist, but because in the 1600s, a black person was the scariest thing around.
I'm not even playing the fake applause. I'm just laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. Max's penis is so big, it once got stuck in the White House tub.
In the White House tub.
Yeah. Yeah. One time while visiting the Grand Canyon, Max decided to take a piss, and someone saw him shivering, and they said, "Hey, what's wrong?" And he said, "The Colorado River is fucking freezing."
Did he say in deep too? All right, I'll stop.
Yes.
my God.
That is the exact, Gino, that is the exact place I stole that joke from. And then the final one, I know Max will love this one. Max played a judge in a porno. He was Oliver Welted Holes.
This, you see, this is, who knew? Who knew? I should have just said, no, Gene, I'm not going to do that half hour with you. Thank you very much, Jeff. This is fantastic. Where are you? Are you in Baltimore?
He's a kid.
I am not in Baltimore. I'm in Sudbury, Ontario. It's about 6 hours north of Toronto.
Okay.
It's all mountain areas. So, like, they dig a lot of commodities here.
So is the smoke from the fires below you? Like, is it south of you? Or are you in?
Yes. So, 2 days ago, I was at work and everything looked like an old cowboy picture because of the fucking fires, and I kept smelling fire everywhere, and I thought I was having a seizure. And my boss told me everyone smells that. Get back to work.
Dude, it's bad here today. I'm on the shore in South Jersey, and today, like yesterday was all right. You could deal with it. It smelled like maybe somebody was burning, having a fire down the street, burning wood. But today, it's just like it seems thicker. Like the smell is much more pronounced today. Like I couldn't do it.
Is there any global warming idea behind this that we're worried about? Any conspiracy? Forget it.
Well, I don't really buy into global warming because here in Canada, the temperature has dropped 20 degrees in the course of a day. You go from sweaters to a t-shirt. That's just normal.
I was going to ask him because I've read that Canada has put less money into like controlled burns and things like that would prevent these fires. However, who can believe the media? So I'm asking him.
Yes,
since he's in Canada,
we are like pretty KGB communist style up here in Canada. It is pretty fucking bad.
All right, well, Jeff, we're going to get back to political stuff.
I got a question for Jeff.
Oh,
can I ask him? Mike, Jeff, what are your thoughts? Is Alberta really going to get out and become an independent province?
So it won't be able to be independent. It's the same thing happened with Quebec about 30 years ago. Now, I will say, with all honesty, as much as I am a proud Canadian, I would love to just get conquered by the States. I say I would defend Canada against anything but the American army.
Okay, because I've been hearing all this stuff coming out of Alberta, like they have I guess the votes in Alberta to get it to a vote of independence.
Yes.
It ultimately comes down to whatever they say.
I don't think it'll go through, though. I don't think it'll go through. If you look at the 1995 referendum for Quebec tried the same thing, and they were like, yeah, you don't actually have enough of an industry or the population to stop us from taking you back. It would be like if Maine tried to succeed and America would just be like, fuck, well, we don't take back Maine.
So let me ask you, that's interesting. I love that because I have said for years the United States should absolutely let California secede. Let them go. And you give them a month, and then the U.S. military just goes in, takes it over, and it just becomes an occupied territory of the United States. And they can no longer vote. They have no right. This is occupied territory. And it sounds like that's what they said about Quebec. Like, go ahead, guys. You're independent. All right, we gave you a week. Now we're going to come in and take you back. But now we own
pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's genius. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. And that's why I wonder if Quebec, if they let them out. Now, let me ask you this. So now my thinking is, who's the guy in charge of Quebec? It's not Ford, is it?
I think it's Polyev is his name. I used to live in Quebec, and then I moved about 10 years
I'm
ago.
sorry, the guy in charge of Alberta. Who's the guy in charge of Alberta?
That unfortunately, I don't know offhand.
Because I'm wondering if that guy tries and works a deal, tries to get a deal with the U.S. Like, all right, look, they're going to say that if we leave, we can't defend ourselves, and we're going to tell them, no, we got to deal with the U.S., and the U.S. is going to defend our independence. Like, I'm just speculating because it's interesting to hear the things you're telling me, and I'm trying to think of ways around it. Is basically it.
So I'll be honest with you. I believe Alberta, location-wise, has parts directly above Idaho. Mine and Gino's buddy Shane O has more weaponry than all of Alberta. Shane O could just take it.
Let's hope.
Jeff, great talking to you. Thank you for checking in. And I appreciate
my pleasure. And Max, don't forget, what were Abraham Lincoln's last words before his head exploded? I freed the what?
See, I thought it was Six Semper Tyrannis. Oh, that's what I yelled. That is Jeff Hillman. You can catch him often. He's always in the Garrett and Steve chat. We love him. He did the show, the football show with me once. I fucking love that guy. I was sending people links like, you want to shout out Max for his birthday? He was another one that's like, are you fucking? Of course. Of course. That's great. The Steve thing was too perfect.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He couldn't hear us. I wonder if Caitlin says one. Oh, Caitlin would have something to say.
Yeah, I can't believe Caitlin said. I guess it didn't say the hallway said, so he didn't know.
That'd be legendary. All right, shall we go back to this Glenn Beck thing? Are we all caught up on that? What is
sure,
up?
go ahead. This is
scary thing is Hillman looks a lot like me with hair. All right, back to the glory that is this shit. Hold on and play.
They basically are talking about deliberately.
Here we go. This is where we left off. I think it's possible. Yeah, I think it's possible we'll see terminations. Someone needs to go to jail, but I'll take what I can get. We'll see. Here we go.
That's first, right? And so the CIA is now reviewing everyone that was involved with a presidential daily briefing for which this information was withheld. And you're seeing things here that you're showing up on screen. So important. They basically are talking about deliberately massaging President Trump's database so he won't see the Chinese election interference stuff. There are people watching this that are pros in the intelligence community. They're not trying to cover it up, and they're writing back to this like it boggles the mind that we're going to keep this from the president. Another FBI person who kept pulling back China intelligence interference reports and not letting the community see them so they can be investigated, wrote in her own text messages to her colleague, I'm running a shadow government. I'm running a shadow government.
Yeah.
To keep the president and others.
Am I wrong? That's treason. When you're
By the way,
documents from the president, and not just documents, it's not like, oh, this is just us. There's some junk mail. I'm not going to bother the president with this. There are 13 reports that we chopped up about Chinese election interference. And not just that. I mean, when they made up stories about fucking Trump and Russian collusion. And by the way, the guy said it on the beginning of the show. I forget his name, his assistant. He goes, basically what China did is if you replace China with Russia in the Russia hoax, that's almost basically what went on. Peter, your thoughts, and then I'll play a little more.
All right, one, that's a very interesting point. That they knew what China was doing.
You
so
know, want to weigh in on this with us, Pete? You know, I'd like to weigh in on this. I'm the best political guy in the biz.
Oh my God! Here we go. This is fantastic.
Happy birthday to Pete. Happy birthday to Pete. It's Garrett. He's gonna eat Pete. Happy birthday to Pete.
Are you kidding me? Like all
What's
the
going
stars
on,
are coming
Pete?
out.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. How are you?
Doing good.
Well,
actually, Garrett, you're doing well. If you were doing good, you'd be out in the neighborhood doing acts of good deeds and stuff.
Yeah, that's what
What's that?
Why,
I'm doing.
Garrett, why do you put up with that? How do you
I'm actually out in the neighborhood doing good deeds right now.
I know what you meant. And I'm glad that you're on here without
hardly
like
hear
a
you
bunch of
guys.
field or whatever the hell else you eat, which is ridiculous.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you guys. I got my volume all the way up.
Well,
I
don't
just
know.
wanted to pop in and wish your boy Loadzzz a happy birthday because he's a huge fan of yours. He watches your show more than mine, buddy, and then we'll get to Jim.
I know. I love that about Loadzzz.
The problem last night was Trump was on opposite you guys. So at some point, I had to watch Trump. And then I went back to see the friggin' talking parrot and that hocus pocus, which was ridiculous.
Did Trump say anything that was of importance?
He did, but it's all stuff that we knew. He just verified all the things we've been saying for the past 6 years really happened. You know what I mean? Like the CIA was really hiding evidence and they released all the documentation. Like Gene just played the one thing where the one woman said, you know, I'm keeping this evidence from the president. It's like I'm running a shadow government here. Like it's just so blatant that for the people who don't want to believe it, they can easily say, yeah, I don't believe it. But they have and the thing is, it wasn't Democrats doing it. It was everybody doing it. It's the deep state, uniparty people who have just been ensconced in the government for so long, probably under the direction of Obama. If we're going to be honest, let's face it, probably Obama and Valerie Jarrett were directing the show. What is this coming in? So how are you? Big plans for vacation? Holy crap. Big plans for vacation, Garrett?
No, not really. Nothing going on. Just gonna hang out.
Oh my God. What is going on today? This is
I'm
insane.
gay. I'm here to spread my loads. Are there two loads on the screen? Who are they? What's going on?
Oh my God.
I know. I thought that was Pat Dixon.
The thing I remember most about Stancil, other than you guys having him on,
thing with Jim, and then fucking Stancil and Garrett come on. I know Garrett and Stancil can't stay long. I would like to keep Jim a little longer. Garrett just wanted to wish happy birthday, and Stancil just wanted to say the Mets suck, even though they beat us.
Got no shirt on.
The two things I remember about Jim Stancil is one, when you guys met on the football show and he was driving drunk in his car live. This is ridiculous.
Remember this?
And the other thing I remember was he was on the In Hot Water show one day when I was golfing, and he broke out a thing of cocaine to do. And Gene's like, don't worry. I have this stuff here to test it in case it has fentanyl in it. And I'm trying to golf when this is going on. I'm like, I can watch my brother die as I'm teeing off here. I'm like,
That was not the
crazy.
real Frankie McDonald.
Yeah.
And we never got to play basketball.
Speaking of cocaine.
We never got to play basketball with Stancil. I thought that was going to be a thing.
Yeah,
He
we
got
went to
the
play
cocaine from a
basketball. We said we
Basketball
got
American.
blind drunk at a bar across the street. I played basketball 2 days ago, though. I'll have you know, against some young blacks.
They're called if they get violent, they're called teen. They're young black.
Anywho, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Loadzzz.
I appreciate you guys coming on. That's unbelievable. Thank you very much.
Did you ever assault a student sexually or otherwise when
No.
you were working?
No. You see, Jim, I wanted
That's
to
what
get
someone
out
who
with
did would say.
I wanted to get out with my pension intact. And one of the things, having a mother as a teacher, one of her biggest things was, you are never to be alone with any kids. I don't care what they tell you. She was like, from day one, like I was still in college, and she was telling me, that will never happen. She was adamant about it. There's teachers out there now who are putting stuff up on like Facebook and TikTok, like stuff the kids say in the classroom and things like that.
Oh, they're raping the hell out of these kids now.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like,
girls more than guys.
Why would you be why would you be putting that out there? Like, all it takes is one parent to be like, that's my kid. You're making money off something my kid said. I'm like, no, I didn't need any of that aggravation. Garrett, you understand? I was trying to get through all this quietly and just going to retire and lose golf balls. And then one day, Frankie McDonald sends an email to your goofy show, and I got to get a phone call. Is this Max Loadzzz? And I said this at Gene's wedding. Anybody else's brother would have said, "Oh, Frankie's mistaken. My brother's not Max Loadz." But Gene doesn't do that, and you guys go right along with it. Your brother's Max Loadz? Yes, I think he is Max. And that is what. And then you get this.
And now
I was trying to keep everything quiet.
So that's the worst. That's the worst part about this whole thing is the name you got.
Well, the rest of it I've been putting up with. Garrett, you put up with him for 8 years at Compound Media. I've been putting it up for 57 years. It's insane. People shouldn't have to live like this, Jerry. It's crazy with them.
What?
I don't know how you guys
can quit. You're the one that quit and said, I really want to focus on letting people know about my mule and, really come clean about the pink blanket, although coming clean isn't the right word. Am I right, Garrett?
I was very happy watching Pet of the Day to end my day and moving on and listening to you guys while I golfed. And the Peroni guy, the Peroni guy was fantastic. I told you that.
You're doing all right.
Like, all this stuff. It was a very peaceful existence. You know what I mean? Very nice. Bored. I was not bored. I was not bored. Honestly, I wasn't bored. I was just moving along.
Bored, I will say this, and then we'll ditch these two and bring in Jim and talk a little more politics. And I love you guys. I was bored. I was flat out disappointed with the All-Star game. As a Phillies fan, we got to see our starting pitcher in our stadium basically lose the game in the first inning. All three of our players strike out, get no hits, and then get shut out and lose the most boring game I can remember of an All-Star game in 2-3 decades. Your thoughts?
The Derby was great. Great Derby.
It was till that
far outshine. The guy hit 6 home runs to come back and win it. And I bet $3 to win $27 on that.
Holy shit.
Go ahead, Garrett. Yeah, go ahead. What were your thoughts on it?
I did not watch the All-Star game. I don't even know what channel it was on or anything.
So one problem I had with the Derby was they put it on Netflix. I'm like, that's ridiculous. I did watch. I'm
actually thrilled because I was coming back from LA and I had to catch my plane and I saw it go to the finals. I'm like, I ordered the Uber, so I got to watch him suck a dick. Well, he didn't suck a dick. That was clutch. The other guy was just clutcher.
The All-Star game.
He was clutcher with a hard R. Am I right, Garrett? Am I right, Garrett? Am I right, Garrett? You sure are being that fucking nigger. What? Garrett.
Good. See, Garrett? Yeah, how do you like it? The National League didn't hit. What are you going to do?
I'm usually screaming nigger at people. I hate them.
As a pension. Can they reverse a pension? Can they take it back?
If you're wondering why I took Jim off the screen for now.
Yeah.
I heard there was like
pension.
I heard there was like 600 home runs last year's Derby, and this year there was like 130.
The home run Derby, I agree with Jim. It definitely was more exciting than the All-Star game, and that's sad. That is sad. I did like some of the stuff they did, like the fireworks. I didn't get that whole thing was a takeoff on the Sandlot with Ray Charles and everything. That was interesting. But otherwise, the game was like terrible.
I thought the Sandlot thing was kind of stupid and contrived.
Well, it was stupid
Marketing
and contrived.
Crap. They have some new Sandlot series coming out. It's a marketing. Yo, fuck that marketing. Big Hollywood bullshit.
And that's the thing. I didn't even know that. I didn't know there was some Sandlot TV show coming out, and that's why they did it. And once you find that out, then it becomes...
I didn't know that either, and I hate it even more. By the way, you know what else sucks? That movie Obsession. Fucking my wife had to watch. It was fucking... it's so overhyped. It's so overhyped.
Gene, I got to run. Happy birthday, Loadzzz. I love you.
Thank you.
I love you all. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Jim. Stay
Later,
safe.
Jim. All right, Garrett, do your plugs, and we'll bring Jim from Florida in because we love him.
Garrett, thank you again. I truly.
That was Jim from Florida.
No,
Jim tells you.
He was under Jim Shackelford. I think Ski Mask's brother. I think he's just living off his Social Security checks. What say you, Garrett?
Follow the Garrett and Steve show on YouTube, GarrettandSteveShow.com or whatever it is. YouTube.com/Garrett and Steve. Patreon.com/Garrett and Steve. And happy birthday, Loadzzz. You're looking great.
You, Garrett. I appreciate it. Look forward to watching your show.
Later, guys.
Have a great weekend.
You got it too.
Bye. Later.
All right, let's get your other co-host in here, Pete. There you go.
Bye,
Jim
Garrett.
from fucking Florida. Thank you for your patience, my
Hey,
man.
Jim. Thank you. This is fantastic. This is just unbelievable.
Because I knew you'd want to wish him a happy birthday, but I knew you'd stick around and talk a little politics and keep me from yelling ridiculousness. So what say you, Jim? Thanks for hanging.
I took all 50. I downloaded all the PDFs that they listed on the website. There was 56 of them. I pumped them into Grok. I don't know. I mean, basically, Grok says, yeah, this is all disturbing and it's a lot of stuff, but basically, they didn't do an investigation. They didn't look. So that's the problem is they keep saying there's no evidence. The reason there's no evidence is they didn't look.
Right. And that's what I said. Gene and I, and Jim, I'm sure you've talked about this. It's amazing to me how all those cases, when it actually happened, and the biggest one was the case the 25 states brought against the other 5 states to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court didn't hear the case. Because they said those states didn't have standing, yet the Supreme Court is a court of original jurisdiction for that. You know what I mean?
That was ridiculous.
I mean,
they did that.
It's ridiculous. So, like you said, the evidence is there, but it's never gone through court or been investigated.
Even Grok said that the reason they say that they can make this claim that there's no evidence is because they didn't look for any evidence. So if they make the claim before there's any investigation, before there's anything, they come out and they say, Trump says Trump says this with no evidence. They say this with no evidence. Well, you haven't looked. How can you make this claim that there's no evidence of fraud, that there's no evidence? There is evidence in the stuff released about the fraud in Michigan, the stuff in Georgia, the stuff in Tennessee, but it's limited to the states they got it from. They haven't been allowed to look. And I was playing with Grok a little bit and telling him hey, well, can you, extrapolate and look at these patterns and look at other patterns in other states? And it's like, well, yeah, it's probable, but we can't make any guarantee because there's been no investigation. They need to investigate these other states.
Yeah. And that I agree. And that's the thing. I remember that time because I watched because I was retired, which was bad. And it was COVID, which was bad. So I'm sitting there in New Jersey. You couldn't go anywhere. It was so at any rate, I watched online the hearings they had in Arizona where they had people saying, I was told I had to count this as a legitimate ballot and there's no signature or a squiggly line. I watched the guy from Georgia who was saying, look, I am in your voting machine right now. Look, I just changed that vote. I watched all this stuff, and it kills me that 25 states, the Supreme Court said they didn't have standing to bring a case. But in this birthright citizenship case, the woman bringing the case is an asylum seeker who's pregnant and is I would face undue harm. My unborn kid might not be a citizen. And she was given standing in the United States Supreme Court. How is that possible?
I don't see how anybody had standing because the order applied to unborn babies. So if
moving forward,
if babies have standing, that's a problem for all these places that have abortion because you've got a right to not be killed.
Jim, my cousin's a lawyer, and I talked to him about this. I said the exact same thing. I said Trump's executive order said moving forward. So all the people who already got away with it. So the only people that have standing are unborn children or children yet to be born of people who are here illegally. Because they're the only people who could actually show harm, right? And Jim, showing harm is what gives you standing.
If I can add one thing that drives me insane, and we talked about this, everything you say, if you pay attention to facts, if you do your own research and are genuinely curious because you give a fuck about this nation and aren't a puppet, you look into this and you realize oh my God, they didn't have standing. So that thing was thrown out. And instead of people saying no, they proved that was wrong and the election was valid. And I've said this countless times. When Michael Malice said it, it's 2 days after it said Biden won and it was the most legitimate election ever. It is just, why can't it's counterintuitive to say it took you a week to count the ballots for a presidential election and then 2 days later say it was the most legitimate election ever. You're an absolute liar. And when people hear it and say, no, they said it was, and that's all it takes. And when people say, no, they threw that out. No, Well, they proved that wrong. No, they threw it out. And when you talk about this birthright citizenship and standing, it's like no one's going to look into the standing thing. They're literally just going to say, yeah, what's wrong with this poor woman? They're the same people that, like, let me check. Renee Good is still fucking dead.
But
Thank God.
Dean, you're missing the point. There's no people that should look into the standing thing. I believe that's on the court to say, look,
it's
nobody's
supposed to be the first thing the court's supposed to do is determine if they're standing.
Right.
Too. And then the second thing is jurisdiction. Do I have jurisdiction to hear this? They just ignore that now, though. If it's a case they want to hear, they ignore it.
There you go. And that's the exact. So that
like all I'm saying is we know it. Other people don't care enough to know it. I don't care who it's on. I get your point. I agree with you. But I'm saying I'm not getting my hopes up for a lot of things because people are stupid and they'd rather be stupid. They'd rather be fucking governed than be free. That's
but the Supreme Court,
I think that's our problem.
But the Supreme Court isn't stupid, and they're the ones who are supposed to be doing. Well,
is afraid.
So to my there are millions of children in the ICU dying of COVID. I know that's not what you meant, Peter. But again, you have to clarify your statement.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
The Supreme Court is pretty stupid at times.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, because I listen, Jim. I listen to some of these cases live because I have nothing to do. And some of the stuff she says, her and Sotomayor, you just sit there and like.
They made the art. That's the thing is because of what happened, because of the stuff that happened around Dobbs, when the threats came down on Amy Coney Barrett and her having to wear a bulletproof vest and the threats on her house, she has completely changed her votes on things.
I agree with
her
you.
voting history when her first 2 terms on the court. Pre-Dobbs and then after Dobbs, it completely changed her voting.
That's
history.
interesting.
He was 85%, always conservative. Now it's 50%, below 50%.
And what's interesting is after she testified the other day with Kagan, you saw it. You saw she was shot out. I got to wear a bulletproof vest. My kids have to hear about this.
Yeah. She should just resign.
Yeah, I agree. And somebody played a side-by-side of Clarence Thomas at his hearing. You know what I mean? With this is nothing but a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks. That Dane going, and then side by side they played Amy Coney Barrett sitting there, and I had to wear a bulletproof vest and explain to my kids in a bulletproof vest, and I'm like, you could see she was cooked, and you see Clarence Thomas was like, "Let's go. I'm ready to go. I'll take all you guys." He said, "I'd rather die than quit," and I feel like it's dangerous to have somebody there who's like you, Jim.
Afraid.
Yeah,
you're afraid. If you're afraid to do the right thing, then you shouldn't be there.
Yeah, and I have heard rumor, again, much like the Dodds rumor, maybe you've heard it, that if the citizenship case goes back based on those billboards in Texas where they were welcoming people in to have an abortion.
Mr. White has entered the building, Peter. Happy birthday, Pete. You're such an adorable little lad. Oh, let's take a look at that. Go on. Back to you three. Oh, and by the way, I missed a $2 super chat that was for Joke is worth another $2. Stencil can hold his apartment up while changing its tire. Yeah, I think that's great. Can hold his apartment up while changing its tire. It's gold. He fixes it with
what I was saying, Jim, was, and thank you, Mr. White. Somebody supposedly leaked that if it gets back to the Supreme Court, she's ready to change her vote. And by the way,
I don't know if that's true or not. The ruling that came down, the holding, is insane.
It is.
It's literally insane. It's basically anybody at any time. It's like, no. Like, it basically was Ketanji Brown Jackson that, well, if I go to Japan and steal a wallet, I'm subject to their jurisdiction. It's like, no, that's not what this means.
It's not what it means. And they failed. It was an open book test, Jim. All they had to do was go back and look at the actual debates from the 1860s.
They could have just held to Juan Kim Ark. Juan Kim Ark said a lawful permanent resident. Yeah. Lawful permanent resident. That was it.
I know. I read part of that case too. That's what's crazy. Like, and I'm not telling people you need to go read this stuff or whatever, but just use a little common sense, and you can look back. And now with Google and Grok and everything else, how hard is it to simply say, "Hey, in 1868 when they were debating this, what did they say?" And it'll come back to you. And I read part of my boy Clarence Thomas. He wrote a 91-page dissent. So I started reading it.
Yeah, his dissent is reasoned, and you can understand it, and it is not their feelings, and this is this. And this
no.
Well, this is. They knew that, like, fucking oh, they got the message and they understood the assignment. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is not.
Yeah, and I will say, I think Kavanaugh, if you wanted to split it, Kavanaugh did it right in simply saying, yes, there is no birthright citizenship in the 14th Amendment. There is none. However, our federal laws have all said that you do have birthright citizenship. So you need to change the federal law, and that's why this executive order isn't right. So
that would have been a loss that would have been workable through Congress, but they're never going to get it passed through Congress anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They can't get the fucking Save America Act, so
I'm wondering, what are your thoughts about what happened last night? Other than you said you put it in grok.
I want to see people. They should have started arresting people. They need to arrest people.
I would have liked to have seen that too. Do you think we're going to see arrests before?
If you watch Jim's show every night, you know that's his doggy that's always in the. I don't know your dog's name, Jim. I suck.
Bella,
what is it?
Bella.
Look, by the way, there you go. That's his show. Jim tells you. Great show. Love watching it at night when I'm not watching Garrett and Steve. By the way, Pete, I found the picture that he sent of you as a child. It's adorable. There you go. There you go. Hold on.
Who sent a picture?
I accidentally booted Jim for obvious reasons. There you go, Pete. I'll bring Jim back in a second. There you go. Well, that is nice. That is nice. As you can see, that's why Jim. Oh, EK Legend in the house.
Loadzzz!
Oh my God!
What's up, baby?
How are you doing? This is unbelievable.
I fucked it up. There it is.
Birthday to you. Has a huge mule. It's true.
Oh
Happy birthday, my runner-mate Maximus Loadzzz. Happy birthday to you.
This is incredible.
What's up, baby?
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Loadzzz, if I was any happier, I'd be a homosexual.
Oh, there you go. The arm's good. You ready to go?
I'm still. It's a long story, but yeah, I'm definitely. I still have a lawsuit with that. That shit is
good.
Crazy. Yeah.
Good.
And
the
thing about that is,
outline on his shirt almost looks like Winston Churchill.
EK, baby, represent him.
East
The legend.
Hell
The
yeah,
legend.
baby. Yeah, so that thing's crazy, but the state pays for your lawyers, pays for everything. You don't have to. It's nothing out of pocket. So it's like this vaccine injury kind of, I don't know, whatever fun they have. And
yes.
Yeah.
So it resulted from like the 1986 deal that was made with the drug companies.
Yeah.
You have to go. It's like some sort of government kitty of money, right? And
Yeah.
you're suing to recover from that.
Yeah, you can't sue the drug companies.
Right.
So they have this thing where it's just like a lawsuit for whatever.
Jim, just to fill you in, he got a tetanus shot and his arm, like, I don't know, atrophied or something, right?
Yeah, nerve damage.
Yeah.
Nerve damage, neuropathy, shit like that. Crazy. It happened 2 weeks after I read up on it, and it's a real thing. Like 2 weeks after you get the tetanus shot. I never want to get another vaccine again for the rest of my life.
Well, you left out that they said the odds of any damage. This is these fucking criminals. Didn't they say the odds of there's a small chance?
No,
and they just fucking killed you.
I asked the lady because I was hesitant because of the COVID vaccine, obviously. So I had long story short, I had a injury on my finger that they had to cut out. It was whatever. So the lady's like, you take this medicine, prednisone or whatever, and then maybe you did a tetanus shot. And I looked at her and I'm like, I said, is there anything that could happen? Any reaction, any kind of side effect? She's like, oh no. She boom, right in the arm. 2 weeks later, boom, nerve damage all down my arm, my back, chest, everything like that. It was insane.
Wow. So you actually asked for informed consent and they didn't tell you this could happen.
Yeah. Go on.
No, I just wonder, like, I don't know what the odds, because I've looked at these other things and, I know somebody who's on Wegovy and I looked up because I'm terrified to take any of this stuff because I don't want to, I've heard it could make you blind. Like, that's one of the side effects.
That's just temporary, though.
Oh, it's temporary. So I'm going to lose all this weight and not be able to see myself thin. That would be friggin' terrible. Like, that's part of the deal.
These
That's
drug companies
terrifying.
don't know what the hell any reaction from any drug could be. They're all.
And it said it's like a 1 in 10,000. Like, 1 in 10,000, they're not great odds. Like, out of all these people who get this, I feel like they're not great odds. I think like 1 in a
50
million.
million people on
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how you open a beer, gentlemen. Can it dip? There you go. That's how you open a fucking beer.
This is like putting a face to the name. How does this? It is unbelievable today.
I've said this before. Like, you know, I'm in New York. I see stars all the time. When he called in to fucking In Out Water, finally, I was like fucking, you know, I was like a fanboy. I'm like, this is not you. And he's going through. So I'm like, it's CK Legend. It's CK Legend on the phone. It was so stupid. I love it.
Oh yeah, that was one of the best times when the slice thing happened, everything like that. I need to hang out with you, find out what happened that night because they thought it was you and everything like that, and I need to know the back and forth of that and everything like that. So.
Legendary. All right, well, EK, we're going to let you go, but thanks for checking in. And by the way, thanks as always for the backdrop. Good luck in the Make America Girthy again in 2028, my man.
Hey, guys, Pete, I love you. You're the best, brother. And
Thank you.
I'm so glad Gino introduced me to you and everything like that. Gino, you're my brother. And, you know I love
my
you.
My wife is a huge fan of the legend as well.
I appreciate it.
As are all women. Do not misunderstand me. But my wife loves you. I said you were one of the first people I texted, you and Mr. White, and I said they got back immediately. And Counter's like, of course they did.
I said,
of course they did.
I said I'd be honored. Exact words. I'd be honored.
My God.
You guys are the best. Hey, too many more, Pete. Cheers.
Thank you.
Shandon, until we can all drink in person. Love you. EK Legend.
Yeah. Keep him on for a little bit longer. I want to see how many more beers he drinks.
You'll be here for a long time, my man.
How many half hours will be here?
How many half hours will be here? Nothing
I love that, man. EK fucking cool. I'm the coolest man alive. There you go. All right, so where I was going to pick up where you left. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Caddy Thorogood, thanks for the 5. Gina just sent a video for Loadzz's birthday. It would be perfect for these two guests. Just check your text. Here it is. Let's see if I can share it. I don't know what it is. Share screen. It's Instagram. Let's see if it works. Sorry, it took me so long to get to it, Mr. Thorogood. Here we go. Anytime somebody say, here we go. Let's see.
The N-word, the translation was wrong. I didn't know because it said friend. That's what everybody learns in Europe. We're like, yo, what's up, my friend? Like even in Tarantino movies, like you guys know Django Unchained. All right, it made no sense because it still said friend in the subtitles. And they were like, hey, let's burn these friends. And I was like, what kind of friend? What did that? There's one thing that still
there's no way this
day. It's the TV show Friends, right? There's no friends. Like
I can't hear what they're saying in the audience.
You gotta wait 9 seasons. That's friendly people time, but that's a little late, you know? The first time I went to New York where the show Friends has no friends.
All right, well, you get the idea. That's kind of great. I really didn't know. Thank you, Caddy Thorogood. You're the man. Happy birthday, Loadzzz. So where were we?
Thank you. No, I appreciate.
If I can get us back on track, I'm going to say this about the press coverage it did not get. Okay, regardless, and I said this. If first of all, the fact that you're not covering this president because you got so used, I would argue it's so easy to not cover the president because the last president you never had to cover. So it's like people aren't even noticing he's not on. And I said this to several people. It might have been Pete or it was definitely fucking our boy Push-Ups. If the president wants to have a press conference to say that the moon is made of cheese, you need to televise that because you need everyone in the country to know their president thinks the moon is made of cheese. So people that support him can be like, I think he's on to something. And the people that don't are like, our president thinks the moon is made of cheese. But when you don't have a free and fair press that's like, here you go, decide for yourself. When they're saying, I'll decide for you, it makes it easier to say I'm running a shadow government. It makes it easier to have people like that dumb twat on Meet the Press go talk down to the president. Like you don't understand. Like, that's how out of control the press has gotten. And by out of control, I mean arrogant. Thoughts on that, gentlemen? Thoughts on the lack of coverage? Thoughts on where the press is heading?
Well, the press is heading to the there was just a study that the press is now at its lowest level of approval by the U.S. public. It's at 12% approval. That they believe it's fat. Only 12% of the public think that TV and TV is 9% and newspapers were 12% factual, according to the study from Gallup.
So I actually last night asked Google, when was the last time the major networks didn't cover or didn't carry a presidential address? And since 1975, it's happened like 4 or 5 times. The first time was something with Ford. Then there was something with Obama, something with Biden, and something with Trump. So while it's not unprecedented, it's still rare. So and I think it backfired badly on the mainstream press. Like Jim said, the faith of the American people with them is already in the toilet. And then you don't have him on, and immediately when he's done, you go on and immediately say he's lying. They put it in your face that we, the press, are the arbiters of truth, and you listen to us. And I've said since Trump came into office, I said the biggest thing Trump did was he went past the press. He got Truth Social. He was on Twitter. He then did Truth Social. You could listen directly to Trump. You didn't need to have what he said filtered through the media. And that pissed them off. The media. I believe that pissed off the media because now, and that's where I am now. I listen to directly what Trump says. I listen to J.D. Vance, Rubio, name it. You can listen to them directly, and then as an adult, you can decide whether they're telling the truth, you agree with it, you don't agree with it. And I think that has killed the press because before Trump, they controlled the narrative. That's just my thought on that, Jim. I think that was one of the biggest things Trump did was bypass the media.
If you remember prior to 2020, the left, the Democrats, and all these people were saying how
Jim, it's that they got so used to controlling the narrative, they're shocked when Trump answers back. They lob softballs at people like J.D. Vance and Rubio. That's why he's a star. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jim. Don't lose your place. But they're shocked when people give them intelligent answers back. That's how far gone the press has got. I'm sorry, Jim, back to you.
Okay.
I had to interject.
No, it's fine. I was just saying, like, they were all the media, the left, the Democrats, there was hearings on it about how the voting machines could be hacked, how it's a risk, it's one click away, all this stuff was all over. Once 2020 happened, it's like, no, the machines are the greatest in the world. What are you talking about? Nobody could do anything to them. It's all bullshit. They've known this is a problem. They knew it was happening and they buried it.
And they also, and I believe it was Jimmy Carter and somebody else was on some committee, and they said
mail-in voting. Yes, the most right for fraud in the world. It should be stopped. But now they're talking like they want to do universal mail-in voting for everybody. It's like, what are you doing?
And by the way, Josh Shapiro, I think he's going to get jammed up. I do, because he was the Attorney General of Pennsylvania in 2020, and the Pennsylvania state legislature specifically said, yes, we're going to allow vote by mail during COVID, but you have to ask for a ballot. And whoever the Secretary of State was said, we're mailing ballots out to everybody. And the state legislature said, no, that's not the law we passed. And Shapiro was the Attorney General and said, yep, we're letting them mail out ballots to everybody. I think he's culpable there because the law is very clear. The legislature makes that decision, and the legislature was telling you this is what we passed, not what you're saying. I just think he's a little dirty here. I don't know how he gets around that if somebody calls him on it.
I think there's going to be a
lot
of
because no one goes to jail is how he gets around it. Sorry, Jim.
No problem.
Oh, by the way, thanks, Caddy, for the 5. That video was actually for Garrett and Jim. But yeah, that's real. The guy does jokes all over the States. He's from France. Thanks again, Caddy. You're the best. Back to you, Jim.
I think we might see a good decent amount of people going to jail in the next 2 years, simply because of all the stuff like the wire being worn by the person in the Gavin Newsom campaign, the way they've been putting it out there about Trump's targeting his political opponents. And then if you saw Ashcroft at the hearing with Blanche, when Ashcroft said, no, if the people it doesn't matter who they are, if they're his opponents or not, if they break the law, they have to be prosecuted.
Jim, let me ask you, because that's an excellent point. I've said this all the time. It's almost like if you did something wrong to Trump, you have carte blanche. You're going to get away with it.
Anthony Cumia, happy birthday, Pete. Have yourself a great weekend, buddy.
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you watching. So, Jim, what I was saying is, it seems to me like you can do anything you wanted to Trump, because if they came after you, it would just be, well, Trump's just gone after you. He's getting retribution. So if you did things that were illegal to any other candidate, it's fine if it's Trump, because it's just retribution when you committed a crime. You know what I mean? Jim, you get what I'm saying? Like, all the stuff they did wrong, it doesn't matter. You did wrong.
The stuff with Newsom the investigation was started under Biden. It wasn't started under Trump. They knew there was shady shit. It's basically everywhere. If you notice, you've been seeing a lot of reports about politicians getting locked up for other things. It's always like there was just one in Illinois that did something where they were giving money to an NGO that her relative controlled, and they were just siphoning the money away, like $20 million here, $20 million there.
So, Jim, because you said her relative controlled, my mind naturally goes to Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law. Did you heard how she died, right?
No. What? Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law?
Yeah, Chow's sister.
Oh, no, I didn't know nothing about it.
Oh, yeah, she died years ago, like maybe 5-6 years ago now. She was doing a K-turn in her car and went off a bridge. It's, just ridiculousness.
She was doing what?
Well, she was Asian, so I mean, there's that.
Yeah, she was making a K-turn, Gene, in her car. She was Asian. That's probably it. But again, like, you don't die that way. And then when Mitch goes in the hospital, his wife flies to China.
And meeting with the vice premier of China and all this stuff. And then that picture of them in the hospital looked totally fake. I don't know.
So what is going on?
It's ridiculous. I have to mention the picture of them in the hospital. I mean, that's exactly it. This gets back to the press with the arrogance of getting away with stuff, which is why when they ask stuff to Vance and Rubio, and of course 47, they just answer like, what? And they're amazed that they would even answer and not just be like, yeah. Like, what do they expect us to believe? And this is how we open the show, showing the clip of me and my boys, Kevin Downey Jr. and Paulie Eggs Nolan, love working with them, talking about why would anyone believe that? And you saw, me and Pete talked about this, and I'm sure you saw, Jim, he put out a tweet. He put out a 7-paragraph, 2 fucking JPEG tweet of him talking about what happened. And obviously he didn't write it. And in that tweet, he said, I fell. He said, I fell. That's all. And no one's talking about it. That's why it's like, you think people are going to go to jail? I don't know. I think it's impossible for anyone to get in trouble. I'm done. Back to you, gentlemen.
Look, go ahead, Jim.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, all this, eventually, if nobody goes to jail, nobody goes to jail. We don't control that. But if there was ever a time it was going to happen, this would be it. And maybe all that happens to these people is they get fired and they're out, and the government is set back on track. And maybe that's the best we can hope for. I mean, obviously, we'd all like to see these people go to jail, but really what I want is for these things to get fixed. And if the only punishment is they get fired and the government's running correctly again, I'm going to ultimately be okay with that, because the rest was out of my control. And I just want Irish lad, at what point do you blame Trump? I can't blame Trump, because the people who are doing this weren't hired by Trump. They're all people who are lifelong people in the government, in the deep state, who never lost their jobs. So they just went from administration to administration. And Trump is firing people. Jim, didn't they fire
that's why they're trying to hold everything up. They're trying to stop all the appointments for U.S. attorneys. That's why the judges are trying to put their people in, and Trump has to keep firing them. And they're like, oh my God, Trump's like, no. That statute that gives judges the ability to appoint U.S. attorneys is unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. The president, the Supreme Court just said in the rulings that came down, no, anything that has anything to do with executive power, the president hires and fires. That's it. He decides.
So, right. So what Jim's talking about is there was in Washington State.
What's happened in Jersey? It's happened in Illinois. It's happened in Minnesota. It's happened in New York. They did it everywhere, and Trump had to fire him. Well, Lena Haba in Jersey, same thing happened to her.
Yeah. So the president gets to appoint. It gets to appoint the attorney in these places, right? The federal attorney. The president gets to appoint them, but Congress won't approve it. The Senate won't approve any of them, so nobody's there. And then it goes to what is it, Jim? The district judges.
The district judges get to pick, but that was something. It was if the president, if there was a problem and the president didn't appoint somebody, so there wasn't a person. It wasn't, but it's not. That statute is unconstitutional.
Right.
The president has the right to pick who it is. If the Senate wants to fuck around and not approve somebody, well, that's on the Senate. That's not the
100%
to pick who the U.S. attorney is.
Yep. Because the whole idea is it's the unitary executive theory, and it makes sense. There's only 3 branches of government, and we don't know what branch the Federal Reserve is in. We still don't know that.
That's another thing I wasn't happy about the ruling about the Federal Reserve. Basically, it's like, wait, what are you talking about? The Federal Reserve is special? Why is it special?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's supposed to protect the economy, prevent depressions. Well, wait, the Federal Reserve was created, and then the depression happened. It didn't happen before.
That's right. And Jim, my understanding, Federal Reserve is there to keep inflation low and keep employment full. They're abject failures at that. Abject failures. So how do they get to survive? But but again, what the Supreme Court clearly said was, if it is in the executive branch, then the president runs it. Plain, simple, period. If he says you're fired, you're fired.
Yeah, there's no special, and that is like the pinnacle of executive power is deciding who gets prosecuted. That is the pinnacle of executive power.
And all this BS about, well, you need an independent DOJ.
No, it's not independent.
I know, Jim, I know. You and I, we get it. People got to get it. No, friggin' Eric.
You want somebody independent? No, the only person that stands for election over the entire country is the president. He's answerable to all the people of the country. That's the only person.
Eric Holder, they actually called him Obama's wingman when he was attorney general. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Nobody said shit when Bobby Kennedy was fucking JFK's attorney general. It was
that's even better. Right, his brother. It'd be like, well, I got to be president. I'm like, Gene's going to be attorney general. There'd be riots, as there should be. Yeah, so I agree with
the Dinah White.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, I got to run. It was nice.
Jim,
I'm happy to be here. I'll try to pop back on, but I got to get my grandkids dinner.
Do your plugs. Once again, it's Jim Tells You. He does the political show every night. I fucking love it. What do you call it? The 4 breaking news stories?
Just 4 breaking news stories, and then we get some other stuff and stuff like that. Every night, 7 or 8 p.m. On Saturdays and Sundays, it's a little later, 10, 11 o'clock, whenever I get around to it.
I always try to pop in with a little shameless $5 or $2 super chat just for the plug, but I love you, buddy.
Thanks for stopping
by. I like your work, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you for popping in on the birthday. Fantastic.
Yeah. If I can, I'll pop back in if you're still going.
I appreciate it.
Mr. White in the house. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, my God.
How the fuck could I miss this? And by the way, Pete, happy birthday. Did you like the photo I sent you, buddy?
Oh, my
Gino
God.
sent it to me. I don't know why he didn't share it.
This is Gene. Okay, look, I told this guy. Both of
No,
them
the other guy. Yeah,
I can go like this because this is terrible.
People I texted were Mr. White, Nikkei legend, and then I just forwarded it to everyone else. Just went down like maybe him, maybe. They're just a must. They're a goddamn must.
So clearly, when I was on the beach yesterday, breathing in the fumes, and I said, "Yeah, just leave it alone." You couldn't leave it alone.
Couldn't leave it alone.
What we expect any less, Pete?
Oh my God! So how's everything? Are you getting the smoke?
It's like don't do anything.
No,
special.
we had it.
Don't do anything special. It's like please don't do anything special for my birthday, please, for the love of.
No, we had the smoke Tuesday. Tuesday, and then we're supposed to have it again tomorrow. So. Yeah, it sucks. And then Sunday's going to be clear again. It's just like wherever the wind blows, someone's going to get it. So they got to put that shit out. I guess tomorrow it's going to be raining up there, so hopefully it'll help them out. Hopefully.
I think we're supposed to get rain tomorrow afternoon and bad storms.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Yeah.
I don't see how that gets rid of it. If it's smoke, it's smoke. Like,
well, no, the rain's going to help Canada because they're supposed to get a bunch. You know what I mean? So hopefully it'll put it out, and we'll still probably get some residuals for a few days, whatever.
Mr. White, let me get the ball rolling. Thank you for stopping by. What did you?
No problem.
You watched last night, right? What did you think, man? And by the way, Jesus Christ, let me say this. Thanks for always getting the ball rolling with the gifted membership when you popped up. Like, there's our guy. There's our.
I was a little bit late from work today, so I had to. I had to pop in. But no, the thing with Trump last night, which I'm not seeing a lot of, is a lot of talk from certain conservative sites talking about the China being involved in the elections and this bag that Obama supposedly had that was supposed to get burned. Why is nobody, especially
the burn bags?
Let me. I'm not going to put Fox on this because they're just like the rest of this shit media, but I'm surprised they weren't talking about it today. I'm not seeing much except for on X, which is kind of pissing me off. We need to talk about this more. It's ridiculous that no one's really even mentioned it after last night. What the fuck gives?
Mr. White, I'll say this, Mr. White, and by the way, lad, I hope that's not the case, that they need prosecutions to win the midterms. I'm hoping they can win the midterms. I'm hoping they can win the midterms simply based on the fact that the other side's running flat out communists. And then
you have to get the gas prices back down. You got to win this fucking war with Iran, no matter what. Just bomb the shit out of them. Take over Cog Island. Checkmate. Game over.
But
are we done playing yet?
I will say the reason somebody mentioned it today, I don't know where I heard it, and I thinking back, it makes sense. When it actually happened, think back to when this actually happened, and all of us were saying, "There's all this evidence," and Fox turned tail, shut up. They stopped talking about it, wouldn't talk about it being fixed. The guy Stitchfield on Newsmax, and I like Newsmax, he got fired because he said, "No, I'm not going to let it go." So they're like, "You can't be on." Like, that's how bad it was that they used that lawfare to threaten all these businesses with billion-dollar lawsuits. So people were they told the lawyers and the powers that be at these media organizations told their people on air, "You can't talk about this." So now I don't know why they're, like you said, now they should be talking about it and they're not, because Trump gave them carte blanche. Look, this is what happened. They should be out there banging the drum constantly. Like tonight, Hannity should go right back on it because he was on it to begin with, and then they got him to stop.
His overlords, all their overlords over there are just fucking, just tell them to put the kibosh on it.
Right. Laura Ingraham should be on this. Gutfeld should have never been off it. Like, he doesn't care. I feel like he truly doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's going back to the 2020 elections when they had said, we're calling Pennsylvania. How can you call Pennsylvania when it hasn't even called yet? It wasn't even fucking closed. And those two dopes with the political coverage were like, "Oh, it's called." Where?
That is when I stopped. The minute they called Arizona on Fox, my buddy and I are like, "We're done watching Fox News. Just put on News."
I said that, and I don't mean like I said that first. I said that. That's like, and I'm a political novice. They said, I'm like, well, that can't be right? They're lying. They don't want people to vote, and everyone goes, "Yeah." And then me, I'm like, I know this. And they're not. That's that. Like, it's one thing to try and fool Pete, and then Mr. White, they're like, we can't even fool Gino anymore. They don't even look at it that way. Like, yeah, like everyone's gonna believe it. Like, someone's like, Gino is on to you. That should be a sign, and it's not.
I just can't believe that. Okay, so you can't talk. Maybe their lawyer said you can't talk about the election being fixed. Okay, maybe they said that. But how could you not talk about 5 states stop counting votes all at the same time? We want that explained. And just say that every night. It's now 6 years later. They have never explained why that happened. They've never explained it.
And then all of a sudden, there's like ballots being dropped in the middle of the night just voting for Biden and no other people. Like, how the fuck is that even plausible? That was the most fucked up thing. And I said, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. How do you not talk immediately? You could talk every single day. Somebody could say, much like Dan Bongino says, it's whatever day, and Donald Trump's still your president. Like, they could have kept talking. They could have kept talking about the guy who worked for the Postal Service. and said I delivered 250,000 ballots from Bethpage, New York to Pennsylvania. And when I dropped them off, here's all the irregularities that happened. Why? And just leave it at that. Why? And if people are like, we don't care why, intellectually dishonest, because you don't want to know why. The whole thing with, hey, they're saying in Georgia they have ballots with no creases in them. Can we see one of those ballots? Why doesn't it have a crease in it? Why? That's all. And that's not.
Wait, it does have a crease in it, my mule, if I'm going to fit it in my pants. Would you take that
always with the brakes? Always with the brakes.
Yes, Irish lad, boarding up the windows. By the way, something came across my feed today of some guy who was a poll watcher who was actually in the building when they were boarding up the windows, and he said the cheating going on here is so blatant, they won't let me get within 50 feet. He's inside, and they still won't let him get within 50 feet of where they're counting the ballots.
Hey, speaking of poll watchers, Pete, want to stand up?
Here we go. Here we look at
His mule, everyone.
Oh, I'm making him laugh now. I'm making your brother laugh, Pete.
You get it, Pete?
Love you guys.
Everybody gets it, Gene. Everybody gets it.
I bet they
Explain
do
the
on
joke
his
again,
birthday.
Gino.
That's how Max Loadzzz used to walk into frat parties in college. Everybody gets it. His mule.
Even on my birthday. Even on my birthday, you can't stop yourself.
But, you know, going back to the election stuff, you know, in the ballots and that, you know, there were two places after the election where they kept ballots. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look how proud he is. So proud of himself. Not me. Oh, my God. All right. Mr. White was saying something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, go on. I'm sorry. What?
I can't hold on. Jesus Christ. So there were two places, Philadelphia and Arizona, where they had all these ballots stuffed after the election. But how were they not counted if they're still sitting somewhere else in some vault being under lock and key and have security? And there was a place in Philly that actually people broke into to go see what had happened. And those people got arrested. And guess what? We haven't heard much about that story since. And what happened to those people? Where are they now? Did you ever hear about that, Pete?
About that. I haven't
really
heard anything about that.
I'm surprised. I swear I will try to find the article, but it's probably missing and gone from off the ether. So I'll see. I'll try to do some deep digging on it, and I will send it to you guys. It was
By the way, he said the ether. They apparently took that out of textbooks in the early 20s now. The ether was a thing. And you would get power from the ether, according to Tesla. And the ether was, I guess, on the periodic table or something. I don't know. I wasn't alive in 1919. But this is what I'm reading.
Well, you do understand. Like, look, you don't need to be.
Universal symbol. Gotta pee. I'll be right back. Gotta pee. I didn't get a bucket. I didn't get a bucket or a Gatorade container, whatever you do. A Wawa bag, whatever Gene uses to expel in his car. I have a toilet I'm going to use. If you'll excuse
and then toss it under a bridge.
Yeah, the body in it.
But you don't have to realize, like we're all energy. Everything is energy. Everything is vibrating molecules. So if you can harness that energy, you can power anything. And I believe that there was an ether that they fucking took out, for lack of a better word. At any rate,
there was a shitload of cover-ups and a whole bunch of stories. And now you just don't. The ones I look back on, it's like not available, not available. Yeah. Where are all these things fucking go? It's like same thing with. Oh God, I hate to bring it up. COVID, silencing people, all that bullshit. Yeah, I know. Put that smile on your face, pal. I love it. But no, there it is. It just like it's the same bullshit. Election interference, same thing as that. That we can't have it out there as you know. Maybe a conversation starter or maybe actual facts. Heaven forbid.
Yeah, my question to you is, and I want to circle back to something you said while Max is burning through his bag. The burn bags. How do you think? Like when he was saying it? I guess this is how I'll ask you. When he was saying it, the first thing I thought, I'm like, why are they still there? You know, like, are people going to be like, well, they were planted there to be found. They're making this up. There's no way they would leave burn bags. There's so many questions I have about them. And
Same
I don't
here.
have any answers. It's like, why were they left there? That
A
makes
theory.
no sense.
I got a theory on it because he said, because Trump was even saying it last night. Oh, there was incompetence. I guess they forgot to do it. Maybe somebody was on Trump's side and saw it and maybe moved it somewhere else, so it could be found later. There's that was my thinking today when I was combing through all those documents. Scanning through it. I swear, one day I'm just going to actually sit down when it's raining out, and I'm just going to go through every single fucking sentence, period, comma, everything. Because I really want to read them in depth. I just skimmed through them like throughout work today. But it was just like, there was a lot of shit in it that I was just like, wow. And I wonder if Trump actually gave the heads up to Xi to say he was actually going to say that shit last night. And how come we haven't heard anything from them yet? I'm surprised we haven't. Saying, oh, that's a bunch of bullshit. No, they haven't said squat.
It really does. That's an interesting point. No, China now, how can you do any business with them knowing this is what's going on? And that's why you got to bring back all the penicillin production. You got to bring all that stuff back.
Especially pharmaceutical, because it's not here in this country. Right. Everything they have, we buy from them, and we need to bring that shit back.
Right,
Absolutely.
you got to bring it all back.
Agree with you.
And I think Trump has done that. I think behind the scenes, he's talking about all the businesses that are now investing in the United States. I'm pretty sure he was bringing that stuff back. But at some point, how can you do business in a country that? And he was doing business with them even during the election when all this was going on.
But remember, he didn't know about it.
Right, and that's the point. Thank you. He did his own people. So that's why they weren't.
They hid it from him. They hid it from fucking Congress. They hid it from fucking everyone. That's the thing that really makes me fucking livid about this. Mm-hmm. That's bullshit. They hid it from us.
Yeah, that I don't know if that's true, Freak Boot. I haven't heard. They haven't called me. No, it's not true. Not true. Not true. They've definitely not called.
Hours, dare I say?
Oh my God. But and we talked about this earlier in the show. That's the thing there. That is the issue right there. It was all hidden from. They took it out of his daily briefings, the presidential daily briefing. So all the people are like, well, Trump's own people. No. See, when you say Trump's people wouldn't do that, these are people who are in the deep state and did it. They're Obama plants. They've been in these positions for 10, 15, 20 years. Some of them probably 30 years. And it's sort of like goofy General Milley. General Milley actually told other countries, well, if Trump was going to do anything, I'd let you know ahead of time. What are you kidding me? Because you're the arbitrator now? Who the hell voted for you? He should be in jail.
As Pete would say, that's some bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah. And this is what's pathetic. When you say the Milley thing, I go, oh yeah. And there's no way, I should have forgot. There's no way anyone should forget that. I forget it. And I don't mean that, you see me, I'm paying attention now, but it's like it's become so lax, or should I say so pathetic in no one going to jail. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that Milley said, well, I'll tell China. And that moment his legs should have been dangling like your mule is right now, Peter. But no, and then I mean it. The moment where I go, oh yeah, Miley said that, I'm livid at myself that you just forget. Oh yeah, you just forget why. Well, why wouldn't you forget? Nothing came of it, and you weren't shocked that nothing came of it after a while.
It's the new cycle we're in. There's so much. The Tubu Cujo. There's so much stuff. You just move from one thing to the next, and unless people keep bringing it up, and that's why I said I find it very humorous that every day Bongino posts, it's whatever, and Donald Trump is still your president. Or when Biden was in, you post, Joe Biden is still the worst president ever. That's what you just got to keep repeating it and just keeping it out there for the people who are paying attention. But eventually, it's all going to come back. And that's why I sort of agree with Jim Tells You said a little, I believe, and Irish Lad mentioned it, and Gene, you say it all the time, after this, if you don't have somebody out there as your whatever you want to call it, okay, he's been indicted. And by the way, we didn't get to talk about what the big conspiracy trial that's gearing up in Florida, the grand conspiracy trial. That's where Clapper's going to have to testify, all these guys. Because basically, since Obama, whether people like to hear it or not, since Obama told those guys in the FBI and CIA to show that Russia helped Trump win, Russiagate, and in the ensuing years, whenever it was mentioned, they would talk about it. The statute of limitation never ran out because every time they talked about it, it renewed the statute of limitations. So there's supposedly, and that's where I heard of Solomon before, Gene, the guy who's now doing this investigation. He has been talking about this grand conspiracy case that's going to happen in Florida because that's where they raided Mar-a-Lago, and all these guys are going to come in. They're all going to be brought in. Clapper, I lost track of all the names. Clapper, Comey, Brennan.
Yeah, but I'm tired with nauseum with this bullshit because I'm tired with nauseum with this because you can bring in all these people. Who the hell's going to go to jail? I'm so sick of it. We can have these hearings. We can have it exposed. But nothing's going to happen. Maybe some, pawn fall guys. But what's really going to happen? Pete, you said it earlier with Jim and Gino. It's just like, does anyone ever really get punished for this shit? And and that's how the cycle continues to happen, and all this bullshit continues to destroy our country.
Bongino talks all the time about the things that are actually happening and the fact that the law works slowly. You got to go through the processes. So now, I agree, Jesse James. Now, here's the thing. I definitely think it would hurt Trump and the Republicans if nothing happens now moving forward from this. I do. Because you went out there and put it out there. So now you got to show something for it.
I don't think it'll hurt them. I don't think it'll hurt them because it's been exposed and it's out there. Same the way Trump exposed the swamp and he was more popular than ever. So I just think it'll help him more than it'll hurt him.
It'll help him if things start to come out in news like, okay, we've indicted the woman who said, I'm running a shadow FBI. Like the news Monday should be, she's been indicted.
She's not getting indicted. Who is? You know what I mean?
Right. Her name's out there.
That's the arrogance. It's the arrogance to the point of bragging. You know what I mean? Oh, if she's not indicted, who the fuck is? I know I've said that 3 times. I'm sorry.
Right. So I'm just like people like that. It just got to start slowly. And again, like I said earlier, I don't know that it really matters for the midterms just because the Democrats are running socialists. That you can't win running a socialist. That's just unless you cheat. And I believe they said ICE is going to be at polling places for the midterms. So let people bitch and moan. They can cry and complain all they want. But the only people who aren't going to show up are people who shouldn't show up. We're Democrats who are scared. There's no Republican who's a legitimate voter is going to be like, oh, shit, ICE is going to be there. I can't show up. They're going to show up with water and beers for ICE. They're going to show up saying, thank you for being here, ICE. Thank you for making our elections on the level, ICE. They're going to be praising ICE. There might be more Republicans who go out and vote so they can say hello to ICE agents and thank them in person for doing their job. It might be a boon. I said boon, Gene, for the Republicans.
And that's why it's so necessary for people to get the fuck out there. I know as conservatives, we have lives, we have families, we have lives to live. They don't like to get out and vote as much as the lazy-ass Democrats who have no jobs and have nothing else better to do and get paid to go out there and fucking vote.
Yeah.
So, guys, get out there and fucking vote in the midterms. This is necessary. It's a necessity. Please go out there and vote.
Right. And
don't lay back and sit on your ass on this one, please. We need to get Trump's agenda pushed forward. And if not, we are so fucked. People
and to me, that's a key thing. Everybody's like, well, all these socialists, they're going to win. I'm like, dude, so you got socialists.
No. Go ahead.
They're winning primaries. You got socialists winning primaries in deep blue districts. Who gives a shit? All right, so they're going to win. So that's bad, though, because that means that district is so effed up that they're willing to vote for a socialist over the Republican who's gone up against them. Okay, so what? Those socialists get into the House. Good for them. But on the other hand, which nobody wants to talk about for some reason, we know the reason, because it's true and you don't want to hear it, there are also Trump Republicans winning Republican primaries in deep red districts, and they're going to be in the House as well. And by the way, in the South, I don't know if you've heard, they switched a lot of the voting districts there now, where these states favor Republicans. You see what I'm saying? So all this BS about Democrats are going to win the midterms, they're not. And the thing is, the Republicans who win are now going to be Trump Republicans. The rhinos are going to be gone. They've been dealt with. So you're going to have a House that maybe the Republicans have a 10-seat lead in. Maybe it's 10 seats. But half
that's
seats,
bold to say that many.
Let's say 5. But even if they have a 5 advantage,
that I would agree with.
The Democrats, 20 to 25 of their people are going to be stone cold socialists who want to do away with the presidency, do away with the Supreme Court.
Which is actually a good thing because it'll expose them for all the bullshit that they want to do. And then they're going to be gone. And then the Democratic Party's almost dead now. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's what I mean.
They don't call out these motherfuckers, these socialists, on their bullshit.
That's how much the goofy media, the mainstream media still affects people because we're sitting here saying, oh my God. No, the Republicans are not. They're going to win, and it's going to be Trump Republicans who are winning. And then we'll see what happens when votes come down in the House. And out of your 200, there's 425. So out of your 205 Democrat House members, 30 of them are stone cold socialists. So you're going to have 170 of them Democrats voting, hey, we're normal people. We got to see this. 30 of them are going to be, no, we can't vote with that because we don't think the Senate should even exist. Are you out
That's
of your
the point
mind?
I was about to make. Yeah, because the Democrats will vote against their bullshit that they're trying to do. Yeah, I totally agree.
And for the most part, if you don't see it as a Republican now, if you're not with Trump, you're gone. And I know they can say, well, Trump will be gone in 2028. He's a lame duck. I don't have to vote with him. Yeah, Trump will be gone, but America First will not. Because it's either going to be Rubio or Vance, and they are stone cold, and I'll say it, in lockstep with Trump. Because you know what I am? I am an American nationalist, and you all should be. If you don't think America is the greatest country on the face of the earth, then you should leave. Again, when the Berlin Wall came down, nobody ran from the free side to the commie side. Oh, I can't wait to be a communist. Are you kidding me?
People aren't sneaking into North Korea. No one's caught sneaking in there.
Right. Nobody's trying to get into North Korea. Yet, where's everybody? Well, where was everybody trying to get to until we finally shut it down? So I put ICE at every polling. I would like it if there were 5 ICE agents at every polling station in New Jersey. In New Jersey, California, Pennsylvania, Michigan, all of them. We have enough. That's what they should do that day.
And if any of these polling stations put up some cardboard, those agents go in and take it the fuck down.
Yeah.
And also, Pete, what you were saying, alluded to earlier, I know it's a long way. Well, not really when you think about it's just right around the corner. These 2 first years flew by quick. I'd rather have Rubio in first because he has more experience and he's just killing it in his position right now. And Vance is so young. Do you know how many years you could see in a presidency off of Trump and just, oh, the future looks so bright. You gotta wear some fucking shades, baby. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And I really want that to happen, but I think it can. They just have to stick it and just get this country rolling and economic boom you would never seen. Cut down on this crime rate bullshit, which they have, and actually like solve all of our little problems. And
lowest crime rate, Mr. White, lowest crime rate in the country since 1900. Trump said.
Tell that to the schwoogs.
Yeah, but I'm excited about Marco Rubio. Every time I hear him,
yeah, me too. I'd much rather have him than JD right now. For the reasons I said, he's younger. Let Rubio run with it. My question
becomes, what does JD Vance do then? Because he's going to be vice president twice.
He'll be vice president the next time. You get somebody else, and he gets a nice little cushy position somewhere in the cabinet during Rubio's second term, and then. I don't know. Then he runs for president. He's going to find something for him.
And I guess DeSantis becomes attorney general at some point because DeSantis from Florida, he's got something going. And by the way, notice who we're not talking about: Nikki Haley.
Oh fuck that dumb cunt.
Yeah, all those people were who are some of the other big the pinhead from Ohio.
I like America people. Fuck them.
Yeah. All those people.
As long as we're talking about Rubio, and Ruben pointed this out because he's talking about it's like all these all these Dems, they just lie about Trump. They fucking refuse to negotiate with him. Iran, all these people. It's like, you don't understand. Like, Trump would have sat down and negotiated with anyone on the left, anyone to start, and he probably still would. And if you don't believe it, look at the man we're talking about now, Little Marco. Remember, he called him Little Marco. Remember that? Remember fucking JD Vance didn't like him? This is guys he sits down with, because unlike these arrogant, fucking spoiled, fucking career politicians, I muted Pete, he threw the N-word out. Unlike these fucking people,
all right, so
fucking Donald Trump is a businessman, and I'll add one more thing, and then I'll let you talk. And what Glenn Beck said it perfectly. Every other president's been a fucking lawyer, and all lawyers know how to do is tie things up and fight and debate. Donald Trump is a fucking builder, and he negotiates and he gets shit done. And if you don't get it, look at Rubio. Look at what little Rubio's doing. I agree. I would love to, like when it starts, like, yeah, obviously Vance moves in. It's like Rubio just blew everyone away. I would argue even Trump. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Yeah, all the business that we've brought in, all the millions and billions of dollars coming into this country right now to invest and have businesses and growth, it's going to be amazing. It's just going to take a bit. And then that's when we're going to kickstart this thing. And I think people will start seeing it. And then, boom, here we come, Republicans. Just do your jobs and actually, make it happen and start passing everything that Trump needs to get this country going again. That's why the midterms, again, are so fucking important.
So let me say this, because I know people are like, well, Rubio's a rhino and Vance, didn't like Trump to begin with. Here's the thing. The way I see politics changed dramatically in 2020. And I will choose to believe now, what's his name? Lindsey Graham. A lot of things about him I didn't like. But I refuse to accept it's possible for me, Gene, you, Mr. White, any regular person to have looked at what's going on over their lifetime and said, you know what? We were effing lied to all this time. These people are no good. And I got to believe somebody like Rubio, whose parents were thrown out of Cuba, the whole thing, yeah, maybe he was a rhino for a while, because maybe he figured, holy shit, I've got no other choice if I want to be in this Republican Party but to do this. And now he sees Trump come in, he's like, F this. But, Katie barred the door. I don't have to do this bullshit. I can be me and say what I truly feel and really do what I want to do. I think Trump opened the door for him, Vance, Lindsey Graham, when he went off in the Kavanaugh hearing. Lindsey Graham Lindsey Graham raised his sister. He may be gay. Who cares?
I was saying that. No one cares. You understand? Even though gays don't have the same rights in Trump's America.
Lindsey Graham may have finally figured, I don't have to count out of these a-holes anymore either. F you. This effing guy should be a Supreme Court justice, and I can't believe the other people in the Senate are like this. That's what I think has happened with Trump. And I'm willing to believe, I didn't like Rubio when he ran against Trump. I thought he was an absolute rhino. The only guy I didn't
Little Marco.
The only guy
and then once Trump started seeing what he was about, he brought him in. And now look what he's doing. It's amazing.
Yes. Everybody thought he was going to be an absolute rhino failure as Secretary of State.
He's been fucking fantastic.
He's unbelievable.
He's juggling jobs all over the fucking place. It's fucking crazy. It's great.
When they have him in the Senate and those Democrat pinheads start asking him stuff and he just sits there and shuts them down, it's ridiculous. It's tremendous. And it's like
it's fantastic.
Right. It's like when J.D. Vance went to Europe and he said, I'm sorry, but, freedom of speech is on the retreat here in Western Europe. How are we supposed to remain allies with countries who don't have those values anymore? So, and I know, and J.D. Vance has come out and said, I want to get, well, you said all this stuff about Trump. He's like, yes, because I believe the media. I believe them. And now I sat, and you could say, well, he's a liar and disingenuous. Why? I believed when H.W. Bush said New World Order, I thought it was saying is like, now we're in charge. He wasn't saying that. He said, now we're going to be part of this globalist cabal garbage. I was young. That's why I heard it. I heard it wrong. Like, if we can all change how we see things, and I think a lot of us have since COVID, it's possible for these guys to now realize I can stand for the things I want because the rhinos are gone. Like, I think the Republicans are now the party of America first, and the Democrats, whether people like it, they're the communists.
They're starting to slowly pluck them out like fucking weeds left and right, and I'm liking it because the more we're gone, the better off we are.
Yeah. By the way, Dr. OK10, I got his text. Tremendous. And it was great actually meeting him in Berlin. And I am going to try and get back to the hockey now that I think I'm healed up. But at any rate, I just think all
There's our boy Cord. I'll dox him. Fucking look at that great picture. He's a huge Max Loadzzz fan. It's not doxing anyone that ever comes to the shows. I'm there this Sunday at Rodney's. He was there. He's a huge fan. Shout out to Scott the Dot, also a huge fan. Hey, folks, I've been driving. Happy birthday, Pete. Maxine Slice is going to need surgery. Hashtag Pete's Meat. I'm trying to get Loadzzz Nose with 3 Z's twice trending. But there you go. And
you know, that should be the name of his podcast, Loadzzz Nose.
Once again, you don't have to buy me a motorcycle. You don't have to do any of this stuff. Just let it go. I'm happy doing this little show on Fridays. This is just enough.
Said it. Pete told me, Pete Combined, one of the biggest problems Pete told me I had with Lindsey Graham was him sucking all of that cock. Is that true, Peter? Yeah. Why's he gotta suck so much dick? Dick, right? I mean, those fags. What? Yeah. And by the way, I was saying this, and I'll make a dumb joke, but I'll make a point, hopefully. It's like, this is where we are now. It's like, Lindsey Graham, no one is saying, thank God that gay guy's dead or he's gone. No one cares that he's gay. This isn't like the 80 years ago people want you to believe. And I say this all the time, like, everyone has the same rights. Black people, gay people, all these people, like, no one thinks, and this is the joke, but I like doing it. I told this in LA because the crowd hated me at this shithole. I'm like, I look at some guy, I'm like, and you trans people, even though he was straight with long hair, I'm like, and you trans people have all the same rights as us. I'm like, no one says sodomy should be illegal anymore. I'm like, well, maybe a trans guy in his apartment getting fucked in the ass, and he's like, oh, sodomy should be illegal anymore. That's the only people that fucking say it. They have the same rights we do.
Who is Jeff HX? Is that Jeff Hillman?
No, that's a new guy.
Oh, well, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Understand you have a marriage to maintain. So do I.
Yeah, you've been funny at us. Thank you, Jeff. Means a lot, buddy.
What was I going to say? No, so that's where I think things are now, and I just think more people are willing to believe that they saw the world, they saw the rhinos in the uniparty, and on the left they decided our way to win without the uniparty is to become socialists. And more buying into that, which is scary. And on the right, they realize we're going to lose this country if it's this go along to get along bullshit. And we're going America first because things can. I think some of them saw how bad things could get if it kept going the way it was. And there's like, I can't do it anymore. You know, like, it's nice having this position as power, but what are you going to have power over? Some asshole because we let it get away? So
less flies in the fucking ointment.
Right. So I am really excited, actually, about the midterms and Trump's last 2 years. Because I do think, hey, if the Republicans lose, not on us. I mean, we tried.
That's what I'm saying. People need to get out and fucking vote. That's the problem. But I'm so sick and tired of people, Republicans just sitting on their ass and not getting out. I get it. You don't have the time. You got lives to live. You have families. You're not like a filthy shit lib who can just go out and vote because you don't have anything going on for you. Get out there and vote, people, please.
Yes, and
it's the most important midterms we've had in I don't know how long, probably since the Reagan era.
And I would say, well, you know what? Yes, and also when now that we know W. Bush was no good, sadly.
He was a piece of shit.
But his midterm was big, and the Republicans held the House. I will say this. Finally, Trump said about the nuclear dust or whatever the bullshit is in Iran. Look, we can read their badges. I know somebody says you can read my license plate from outer space. Trump said we can read their badges from outer space. If anybody goes near anything over there it looks funny, we just drop a bomb right on their head. So we don't. The stuff is buried. You're telling me we won't be able to see any sort of excavation or anything going on in that area?
Activity, whatever, right.
And Trump flat out came out and said, that's a lie. We can see it, and we'll take care of it. So really,
Of
to
course.
me, we don't have to take over Iran. Let them live that way. with
There's
all
probably
that
a
stuff.
satellite in space that's just focused right on that shit 24/7.
Yeah, I can't think of any. I know people are like, Trump lied. Then you ask, what did Trump lie about? Because somebody said, I want to know one thing Trump flat out said that was a lie. Along the lines of Obama, if you like your doctor, you can keep it. Was a flat out lie. Was a flat out lie. What's that?
What was a lie?
Obama,
The
when
Obama
Obamacare
the
came out,
healthcare.
yeah, he said Obamacare's going to be fine. If you like your doctor, you're going to be able to keep him. That was a flat out stone cold lie.
Wait, don't even get me started. $800 a year taxes I had to pay
Right.
extra because I didn't have health care. That's fucking criminal. That's fucking criminal.
So where was a flat out Trump lie? I could name people who have lied about Trump.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
told
but that's
on-
the idiot. Do you understand? This is why people
Right.
like Trump lie. Why? They said it on the news yesterday. I'll say it again. And not that you don't know this. You get done watching his speech. And by the way, obviously, the speech, there were no fireworks. We agree.
Well, hold
And-
on a second, Gene.
We
Just for a
already
second.
knew, but you know he wanted to just end with that's why we need the SAVE Act. I love that he called. He's like, because they need to cheat. That's the only reason you wouldn't want it. So simple, fucking pathetic. I'll say it again. Every time Trump opens his mouth, I want to punch Joe Biden and his supporters in theirs. Fucking Kamala Harris tweeted beforehand. She's like, oh, the president's about to lie. All fucking people that call Trump liars, and the left can't wait to fucking believe it. And they deserve to live in a world where they think Renee Good was fucking murdered. They deserve to live in a world where they're like, oh, this is the worst country in the world. They deserve to live like this. But the problem is they're dragging us down with them when they're like, I can't vote for Trump. I'll say it again. I have a friend who said 4 years ago, I hate gas prices are so much, but I want my daughter to be able to get an abortion. And I said, maybe you fucking don't raise a whore. Maybe you do that. You know, maybe you don't raise a whore or a stupid whore who would believe you never not be able to get an abortion in one of the United States of America that's New Jersey, New York, or Pennsylvania or Delaware.
Yeah, take that, Scarlett Hampton.
Actually, I believe.
Good one, Mr. White.
I think Pennsylvania may. If you say that, it just shows you don't understand the Constitution. You may not agree with the Constitution. That's one thing. But by the way, do you guys know what a 12er is? Could somebody tell me? Because Blood Harvester's in here and talking about the 12ers. Yes, a 12-pack of booze. What is a 12er?
By the way, Peter, I hate to read this with you here. Trump said the taco bowls at Trump Tower were the best in the world. I've had better.
There you go. Thank you, Blood. I appreciate it. Some would say that's a matter of opinion.
I'm sure it isn't the 12th man like you guys have in Seattle.
No, nothing. Those 12ers. By the way, I have no idea what's going to happen up there.
Dude, your team, why is it no-
What?
Bob Vanna Patrice, as much as you hate him, may have also sent a video. Here we go.
Happy birthday, Max Loadz. I hope your day is absolutely epic, full of good vibes, big laughs, and everything you love most. Even though Gino keeps telling me you secretly hate me, we both know the truth. I'm happy to call you my hero or my identical cock twin. You decide. Thanks for all the great entertainment and for being the kind of guy that makes Gino better just by showing up. You deserve an amazing year ahead filled with wins, cigars, and plenty of reasons to have a few cold ones. Have an absolute blast today, man. Love you like a brother. Keep being the legend you are. And cheers, Max Loadz.
Oh my God! Thank you very much, Bob.
Bring in the sweetness, ladies and gentlemen. He just deserves better fucking friends. I'll be hanging with him in 8 days in fucking Boca. He's bringing the wife down. Cannot fucking wait. Love me some Bob Vanna Patrice. Thank you, brother. Ooh, EK Legend has something to say. Pete insures his cock with Loadzzz of London. Pete's cock is so big he spells Loadzzz with 2 G's.
Why not Lloyd's with 2 D's, Gene? That's not a place for the G's. That's a place for the D's.
I agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Send Fred from Brooklyn the link. Fred from Brooklyn died.
Oh. So what I was going to say. Okay, so now I know what the 12ers are. And
Right.
Seattle. It says here that That's the thing where the Iranians push-ups is filling us in. That's the thing where the Iranians want to spread war all over the world to bring back the 12th imam from the well he fell in 1,000 years ago. Yes, you're right, Mr. White. That has nothing to do with the Seahawks, by the way, who have new ownership. This guy.
Oh, they finally did get it. So are they going to stay in Seattle or not?
Word is they're going to stay in Seattle. The guy spent $9.6 billion.
He's got balls to keep him there.
He's an Indian. I can't even say his name right, but he has and his family's going to run it. His wife was in education, and his.
I think his name is Terrorist Mick Kablooey. Is that right?
He does stink. Very big stink.
Yes, Gene. He's more of your.
That one's for you, Steve.
Yes, and now I'm losing what was it? He's more Rapesh than a terrorist, Gene. Yes. So Rapesh bought this. Rapesh bought the Seahawks. He's got a family of 4. They're all pretty well educated. He's a venture capitalist. He is a liberal, but looks like he's going to keep them there. And I think he's going to be. But you won't know.
That's why he's going to keep him there. It's perfect. Yeah. It's a marriage made in heaven.
You just don't know until you see what happens. And I will say, for the Seahawks part of this, so this is my birthday. Super Bowl champions, world champions. Sorry, Mr. White. But
yeah, keep rubbing it in. Just keep rubbing it in, pal.
The fact they have a new offensive coordinator, new ownership, and they're going to be on Hard Knocks, maybe that hurts them this year. I don't know. Yeah. I hate the Hard Knocks thing.
Well, I think they said a couple of teams are going to be involved in that, including my Patriots. So we'll see what happens. They're supposed to be doing a bunch of different ones throughout the season.
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw. Why do I want to say I saw the Bears?
Yeah, the Bears too. Yeah, that was another team. Yep, absolutely right.
I love this. These maniacs think this guy's alive today, the 12th Imam. He went in hiding in the 9th century.
Occultation.
And will return at the end of time as the Mahdi. What is the Mahdi?
What?
He'll return as the Mahdi. M-A-H-D-I. I don't know. Last word in there. Mahdi. I'll look it up. Mahdi.
Whatever. Those go fuckers have a bunch of screwed up shit, don't they?
I mean, but and I think, by the way, I think the crackdown is going to come on them. And I've told people, Sharia law is not congruent with the U.S. Constitution. So if you want to be a Muslim in America, God bless you, that's fine. We have freedom of religion. But Sharia law can't be part of it. You got to separate the Sharia law bullshit out from your religion. I'm sorry you want to
talk more about nuclear than him. I know some physicists that beg to differ. And look who's here, Pete. Floor gone. Oh
my God.
Boy. Caddy, we're not sending you the link, Caddy. I mean, if it's going to cost you more than $2 for the link, Caddy. Come on. You got to be an OG. Come on. Gobble, gobble. I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at any rate, Natty Daddy's in the air. All my $2 hollers. Oh, my God.
By the way, shall we discuss what's going on with Iran and how oil is nearly under $70 a barrel when it was supposed to be over 200? Should we mention that? Like what is he doing? Did I hear he's going to bomb them finally and no one believes him? And I don't even care. I don't even care what he does with Iran because Iran is fucking helpless and fucking useless. Am I wrong? Talk to me, gentlemen.
You can also talk about how 69 or 67 economists all got the economy wrong, saying there's going to be inflation, everything, and it was down 0.4%, the biggest drop in 6 years, and they were all
Peter, the
wrong.
biggest drop since April of 2020.
Yes.
When they used COVID to drive it up. And I'm going to give myself a shameless plug. Keep an eye out. This past weekend, I went out to LA. I did Jubilee again. That network, I debated the only Gen Z guy. Peter called it. It's got to be Maxwell Frost out of Florida. And I said that to him. He's like, he brought out affordability. And I'm like, Democrats never finish the sentence. He's like, he said, Trump hasn't brought down price. I'm like, Trump has. I said, what you meant to say, and you could see this. I'm like, what you meant to say was Trump has not brought down the prices that Joe Biden raised up into the air when he was printing money during COVID to placate the idiots that believed in it and drove inflation as high as it's been, and he hasn't brought prices down with everything. I will say I bought 18 eggs for friggin' $4. Meat and coffee are the only things that are still expensive, right?
Yep.
Not Max. He gives away meat for free, but coffee and meat.
Red meat is expensive, yes. And
Yes.
he's trying. Trump's trying to bring that down. He's trying. You know what I mean? Like, you can only do so.
The way they bitch, it's like if my house burns down and the firemen come and put it out, and then construction people are working on it, and they're like, "How's your house going, Gene?" And I'd be like, "Well, fucking firemen fucking didn't do anything after they put out the fire, and the construction guys haven't built it back yet." You know what I mean? It's like, excuse me, it's like not the construction guys, like fucking firemen, fucking after they put the fire out, it's still sitting there. Like, no. It's a fucking guy who's the arsonist's fault, whatever. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, and it's the same along the same lines of people who have said, you know, Trump lies all the time. It's the same thing. You can't name one accomplishment from Joe Biden, but you could name 10 just off the bat from Trump. Closing the border.
Your boy Bob Petrie said it perfectly. Sorry to interrupt. Trump speaks exactly like every New Yorker, which he is, does. You cannot fact check regular dudes shit talking.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
Right.
perfect. Bob, once again, this is why Pete hates you, because you're smarter than him.
Bob, thank you very much for that heartfelt message.
You piece of shit, Bob. Why don't you go fuck yourself, you Greek cocksucker? See, look, Pete. You're gonna stop, Pete. Don't take that from Mr. White, Peter. Peter, don't take that from Mr. White.
But I will agree. By the way, push up. Here's what I was, because Trump's been bombing Iran for a week after he stopped wasting his time. His words. I agree with that, by the way. But the reason I don't have a problem with what Trump did is because, sadly, it doesn't even matter. But all the leftists, don't make peace, not war, signed agreement, all the people. Trump tried. He gave Iran every chance. He let them bomb a couple ships and still said the ceasefire was in order. He did everything he could to end it peacefully. You can't end it peacefully with them. So now you got to bomb them up to the Stone Age. Just keep, like I said, he's bombing until January 20th, 2029, when he leaves office. And then maybe Marco will continue it. I don't see Marco stopping it. And I don't see any commie. Who are the Dems? And I know it's early, but who do the Dems have to run for president?
You haven't seen the cackling hyena, Little Miss Kamala, making the rounds, and how she has the biggest approval rating out of all the other people that they're talking about, whether it's Newsom and all the other scumbags. How the fuck is she in the top spot right now after her disastrous run? It makes no fucking sense.
That's how little the Dems have. They're still
It's
Trump
insane.
bad. And the fact that gas prices are going down, although they won't let them go down anymore, the fact that they've got nothing, and when they turn around like gas prices are down, we're still on Kamala. We're still, because Gavin Newsom, like the shit he's saying, I don't know how anyone can believe anything that comes out of Gavin Newsom's mouth.
He's in last place in the polls.
That's how bad.
Gavin Newsom, right? I think their candidate is going to be Andy Beshear, the governor from Kentucky, because I think he's the only one. Why? Because he's the only one who's not, he doesn't have the stink of this crazy on him. That's why. He's Southern. He's a Southern guy. He could say, look, I'm a Democrat who won in the South. He has that. He doesn't have the stink of, he's not gay like Buttigieg, who's sitting there wearing fake breasts. He doesn't have the stink of Newsom on him. He doesn't have the woman from Michigan. She's Gretch, Big Gretch, has the COVID function.
You know who might agree with you? And I would argue would? Anthony Cumia, again, thanks for the 20 cent that a while ago, but he said this like months ago. And I will give him props because he's like the only thing that they could possibly be doing, if they know what they're doing, would be they're going to trot so many crazy people out. Kamala, AOC, Bernie, Gavin Newsom, and you're like, these people are all crazy, that eventually they'll find a guy and they'll be like, oh, this guy's not nearly as nuts. And that, my friend, sounds like the man that Peter Biscani is telling us is one Andy Beshear. Back to you, Pete. What say you?
Right. That's what I'm saying. He checks all the boxes for the left who isn't crazy. So, and again, maybe he doesn't have a chance. Well, he'll be, if you think about it, when there's a primary, he'll have that lane to himself. Sane Democrat. Like he'll have,
another smooth motherfucking talker, just like Obama was, who wasn't a nut.
Yeah, he'll have
And
that
he'll
lane.
fool them, and he'll somehow get in office, which is so. I can't even imagine the thought.
And the things that he is like, the things we would think he did wrong, obviously will be things the left thinks he did right. Like I think he's all for transgender kids. He's all for that crazy shit, which to the left, that's what they want. You know what I mean? So I think it's early, but he's my leader right now for them. And he's quiet. You don't hear about him. And I don't think the woman who is in charge of Virginia now, Spamberger, I don't think she has a chance. I don't think Mikey Sherrill has a chance.
No way.
Maybe.
Because they ran on the same bullshit saying, oh, look at all this wonderful stuff we have. And as soon as they get into office, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let's vote for this. Let's pass this. Let's pass that. So I got to ask you this, Pete, now. Now, since that bitch is in office, has it affected you in any way down there in Jersey, or is it still the same old down there?
It's the same old. She's keeping going what the guy before her kept going. I can't even remember his name. Out of sight, out of mind already. That piece is garbage. Yeah, it's his third term or whatever. She's not done anything different, although she has said, or the state of New Jersey through her attorney general, whatever. In New Jersey, they still have it where basically boys can play in girls' sports, you know, because it hasn't been an issue. So with this Supreme Court ruling, they put out some message that, don't worry, that's not going to change how sports are done here in New Jersey. So I'm assuming until there's a lawsuit, everything in New Jersey is going to stay status quo with that. So it's going to come down to this going on in a district where people actually care. It's like in a lot of North Jersey, I don't think they care. I don't think you get a lawsuit. They all got to, everybody's got to know, yeah, I'm just as left. I'm just as crazy as you. Yep. South Jersey is a little different. So I think in South Jersey, you won't have it because I think there will be a lawsuit if it happens down here. But in North Jersey, I feel like they all want to keep up the appearances and they want to fit in. And it's sad. Like, it'll take something drastic up there. It has to happen in a district where you just picked the wrong guy that day, you know?
By the way, shout out Bob Patrice. One accomplishment for Biden, the CHIPS Act. Not the computer chips, mind you, the amount of chocolate chip ice cream that guy put away to keep the industry in business.
There you go.
Lucci, who sent a video. Happy birthday, Pinky Pete. Let's see if we can find the video. Video file. I love these fucking guys. Oh, look at this handsome fucking guinea. Here we go. Will it pop up? Remove that.
I don't even know. I'm shocked that in the back. I don't even know what to do. I'm shocked that in the background from my phone, I'm still watching. I'm not watching you. It's over there. It's over there now. So, Pete, it's weird because it's like, you don't know anyone and I don't know anyone, but like I've been watching you for 2 years with Gino and you're part of my favorite political show. You are more fringe than he is. So, there's more.
Why is he surprised?
Anthony Cumia in some sense. So I just appreciate the fact that you fucking have like an intuition about you, knowing that the shit that you were fucking teaching these fucking kids was all garbage. The Constitution is real. It just has to get back to the Republic. Democracy is garbage. I love you guys.
There it is.
Happy birthday, Loadzzz.
Thank you, Dr. OK10. By the way, he's right. The Constitution is real.
It's the name. He goes by Dr. OK10. We love him for that. Happy birthday, Pinky Pete. He's the best. And by the way, shout out Push-Ups. He told me to play this for you. I didn't realize. Thanks for reminding me. He may not have super chatted, but he's an OG. Did you see this? Okay. What's that, Pete?
No, Aaron James, you think Governor Shapiro of Pennsylvania? I think Shapiro's going to run. I do think he's going to run. But I think it's going to be difficult for him for two things. One is he's Jewish, and there, you've got, whether you want to say it or not, the Dems have definitely got an anti-Jewish sentiment in their party. That's one thing that's going to hurt him. And I think if he runs in Pennsylvania, they don't want to face it, but he was the attorney general who screwed them in the 2020 election and let the mail-in ballots go out and didn't do anything about Pennsylvania when they were boarding up the elections. Like, that's not gone away. The voter, that will be heard again. And I just don't think there's enough leftists out there who can get it done for him. He might play well. He'll be in the Andy Bashir lane, but he has stuff you can paint him with negatively that I don't see on Bashir yet. So I do think he's going to run.
If you don't know who Shapiro is, he's the mayor of Pennsylvania, right?
Governor, Gene.
Governor.
That's not a picture of him. That's not his picture.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
It's amazing how hilarious the words "yeah it is" can be.
Oh, by the way, oh my God.
Watch, I'll do it. Watch, I won't laugh this time. That's not him, Mr. White.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God. Florgon asks, and who knows how many natty daddies deep this question came from. Is it worse to be Jewish and not look Jewish, or the other way around?
Thanks. I'll hang up and listen.
I can't fucking stop laughing at that. By the way, I do want, all kidding aside, I do want to show Jew. By the way, I Googled Jew image hate. So
I'm just glad Florgon's still alive.
I'd love both of your thoughts on this. Fuck Chuck. Oh, it's literally Chuck Schumer. I love it. He's a happy merchant. All right, so Push-Up sent me this. I'm sorry. The people of Iran are still praying for the day when President Trump rekindled his spirit from 2802 when he did what no other Western leader dared to. You're closer than you think, Mr. President. Finish off this rotten regime and become a legend. And this is what he told me to send. So let's watch it. It's 90 seconds. I love it. Let me know you can hear it.
Can hear it.
Can't hear it. Can't hear it.
Told him Iran keeps climbing his regime.
Can't hear it.
I can hear it fine.
Yes.
I got it.
And by the way, to all Iranian patriots, all I say to them is help us on its way. Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. I made a promise to you, and I fulfilled that promise. The rest will be up to you. We'll be there to help.
Finishing the fight, like, you can say what you want, but the comments on that are great. Like, a lot of people are like, he didn't give a fuck about Iran. He just wants to lower oil prices, fucking, set the price for the world. And I don't care either way, but don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to destroy those people. But the fact that I don't care either way is what always brings me back to, Trump's flip-flopping on the war again for the billionth and not last time. If Mr. White jumps on me and starts beating the shit out of me, and I'm like, stop it. And Pete goes, stop fighting, you two. And he's like, well, he's being an asshole. I'm like, look, I won't be an asshole anymore. Then he gets off me and I start being an asshole again. He's like, okay. And he starts beating me up again. And you're like, stop fighting again. Stop it. The number I will never get tired of, and hopefully I'll never have to, is 13. We lost 13 souls at the very beginning of this thing. And some was just, pilot error or whatever. I don't know. But 13 people died when Joe Biden, in his book that's coming out that he wrote and he's publicizing and won't come out till after the primaries because 13 people died in his clumsy exit from Afghanistan. What don't you get? This is not a war. You can call it a war if you worry about words, but I sure don't give a fuck. It's us beating the shit out of them at will. It's us fucking blasting holes and making more homes for them. The cave values are going up every fucking time we drop a bomb. And they're like, how do they keep attacking us with drones? And like, you can only do so much with drones. And nothing is happening. Nothing. And the reason I thought of this, as roundabout as it is you see that video and people are like, oh, no one's talking about all the people dying in Iran. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. We did what we can to stop it, and it's our fault that they're run by fucking animals. Pete, you wanted to...
No, I love the caves are getting better, whatever you said, but no, I just think what's going to happen is going to happen. If they really want to get out from under the evil regime there, they're going to have to do something. I've been reading things that the Kurds are going to come in, because I don't think Trump... And I agree. I don't think Trump, and I don't want Trump to put one boot on the ground. I don't. We can leave them. And by the way, Trump has still not hit, from what I've seen, he hasn't hit the desalinization plants or the electrical plants. Trump has said forever, this is the same thing he said about Ukraine. I don't like to see all these young people dying. These people, we should stop the unnecessary dying and killing. But what you don't get, like, they don't see it that way. Clearly, the Iranians don't see it that way. They don't care how many people die.
He just hit one of the most important places that you possibly could, a road that comes in and out where they get their munitions and all their other shit. And now he's just kind of crippled them just a bit more, if you saw that in the past 24 hours. Amazing.
He's not taking away their power, and he's not taking away their water, which are the things people...
He doesn't want to hurt them. He knows there are innocents there that want, a better country and a better life for themselves. So God bless him from not going after like civilian targets. Although there have been mistakes, we get it.
If there was a way, I guess, to get guns into the hands of the proper people there, once again, I can't speak enough about the Second Amendment, which, by the way, there was just a ruling because New Jersey was trying some bullshit with the Second Amendment. You couldn't have AR-15s or something. And apparently there was just a ruling by the, I guess, the federal court that said, oh, no. You can have those in New Jersey. New Jersey can't decide to willy-nilly tell you where you can and can't have your Second Amendment right. And I could look it up, but I was reading about it. And I was like, that's good for New Jersey. I mean,
I think about this. The whole point that 57,000, I guess Trump said, supporters who were out there marching in the streets over in Iran dead. How many have we killed, by the way? I'm just curious.
Right.
Just give me a number, Pete.
None.
I'm being sarcastic there, obviously, but you get the point.
Yeah, I do get the point. Like, who's doing the killing? It's not us. The places we're hitting are all military places. And by the way, I wouldn't care if they started. And that's a good question. What do you like? Again, I know there's innocent people over there. I get it.
Yep.
But if in order to win this, you have to take out the electric and the desalinization plants, I mean, I know people, you can't say, well, the United States didn't have to do that. Okay, if you don't want the United States to do that, take out those things, and you don't want American soldiers to die, there is a way to do that, and it's what Trump's doing right now. You just keep bombing the things you got to bomb. You have the, people looking at where the uranium is, and you leave it alone, and you take over the Strait of Hormuz until you build the pipelines that eliminate the Strait of Hormuz from even being an issue. So I think he's doing the right thing. He's solving all the problems, and eventually, if the people of Iran step up and they get weapons where they can overthrow their government, again, they're going to thank Trump. I think he's done a good job.
100% agree with it. And if it has to come to that, going after, water and electricity, I'm 100% for it if it gets them to the negotiating table and actually this time, for once, instead of the back and forth in the stall tactic bullshit, to get them to sign a fucking deal and keep to it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. And I love the people, well, they'll never keep to a deal. All right, so that means you can't sign a deal with them. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like you said, if they're not going to stick to the deal, and I love Trump said, we'll negotiate with you, but there's no ceasefire. So we're going to keep bombing you. Here we go. What you got to give?
EK Legend, Pete, happy birthday to you.
EK's the man.
But he said he wanted me to have a little just to be safe because they might. By the way, I still got 100 fucking what is it, 17 proof from your boy. Not only do I have one from Smartass, but Smartass, and thank you. I will see that Peter does get most of this. Smartass said it took forever for us to get it, so he bitched at the post office, and they sent another one while the other one came. So you're getting a lot of fucking booze.
By the way, never should have stopped Aaron.
Caddy, can I hit Caddy real fast? You can't show an image of Muhammad. That's the two. I'm happy your family is friends with family. I don't know what that means. And my family is dead to me, literally and physically.
That's what it means. That's what it means. You get it? He's happy with, his family's not.
Please. Well, we take care of our own. Like, and you look, you can make fun
Look
of
at
me.
you taking care of yourself right now.
Yeah, fucking mom.
Happy. I do the
by the way, Mr. West,
as a terrible Christian, and I thank Mom that I stayed close with my brother, and I apologize every day that I just can't be friends with her nephew Franklin anymore. I do. What's that? You want me to drink you right now? Yes.
That's what.
Yes, you do. What's that? Happy birthday, Peter. What's that? You like me better? Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Are absolute.
Peter won't wake up. Peter won't sleep with you.
Say it, Pete. You're a retard.
Yeah, he's a drunk. A drunk. You're this big. You're this big. You're not a big shot. You're this big. That was it.
You know, every time I learn something new, I forget something I used to know. Remember the time I learned how to make wine and I forgot how to drive? You were drunk.
Dad, when he was in the service, he woke up like all banged up, and one of the guys with him was apparently very religious, and he turned to my dad and said, "You big man, Ange? You're this big. You're this big, Ange. How you feel? You're this big." So that is what we say now when we wake up in a state of disrepair.
By the way, look, I'm drinking out of Jen's blue plastic.
Hey, gentlemen, I have to run because I.
Yeah.
It's only been half an hour, Mr. White.
Bullshit.
And
two, I had to work a half day. I was out golfing today. I feel like a fucking bottom of the locker room floor. I need to fucking take a shower and clean the fuck up. But Pete, honestly, happy birthday, my man.
Thank you.
Many more. Gino, as always, thank you for having me
and
on. I love you guys.
We'll...
You guys are the fucking best.
Thank you.
Appreciate it as always.
Definitely do.
And hopefully we have another Super Bowl get together.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Mr. White. Yeah, I'll say it again, Pete. The first two people I reached out to. Like I'm sitting there like, I just got to have people. And the first two people I reached out to were him and him and EK. And then I just went to Bob and Kate and Kurt Sean's like, can I just send him a video? I'm like, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? And you know me, I'm just sitting in the car and I'm like, I'm giggling like a maniac.
So here's the thing. I am going to have to roll out too because we're going to combine.
I guess we're just doing 30-minute shows now. I guess that's it. He's Jack.
We are combining my birthday and cheesesteak night since I will not be. Cheesesteak night's the 19th. Birthdays today. So we're going to combine them. We got, Chris's parents are here. Danielle's here. So we're just going to. And she was teaching a class. So she's going to be getting back from the class shortly. Yeah, but I really want to thank everybody because Gene will tell you there is no way 2 years has it been 2 years? There is no way 2 years ago when he's like, look, I just need you for a half hour for my Patreon that I ever thought it was going to get to this. There really is. So I appreciate everybody a lot. It's just been a lot of fun. And I guess we'll keep it going for as long as it matters. Yeah, this is great.
Pete, this is all you ever wanted to do. This is
Again,
all
Gene,
you ever talked about.
No, again, I didn't even know this could be done. So it couldn't be all I ever wanted to do.
What's this? Here we go.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Max Loadzzz. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Max Loadz. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
He's the reason.
Happy
He's the reason you
birthday
are
to
Max
you.
Loadz. He's the reason.
I have explained it to people many times. And Gene, you blame him. He's not the reason. You could have easily said, and I've said this, oh, Frankie's mistaken. My brother is not Max Loadz. I contend that's what any normal person would have done. Just said, my brother isn't Max Loadz. My brother's Pete. I'll let Frankie know when I talk to him on the show today. But you didn't do that. And by the way,
you didn't accuse Garrett and Steve of this.
I was getting there.
That's not Pete's name. They literally like, that's Pete's name.
I was getting there. I was not letting them off the hook. I was getting there. And your two buddies could have also said that, but again, they couldn't do it either. The three of you,
two buddies, your two biggest fans. Okay,
between the three of you,
your first two huge fans. By the way, Caddy Thorogood, remember cancer, Gino? My mom died from lung cancer. Janie would have been 96 today, and
I mean,
by the way, Gino made cancer funny. I will say this. I will say, like, I've had ups and downs, but I think like I go to bed every day. I'm like, I'm a good little brother. I'm a good son. I mean, I've had but I'm pretty proud of the body of work I've got going now. I'm a good uncle. I think I am. These are the only things that I really like being good at. Gene, are you good at your job? Maybe. Sometimes.
So
Sometimes.
I am. So I'm gonna. So we can wrap it up. It's 6:30. It's only been 6.5 hours. And again, I really appreciate everybody tuning in, sending stuff in. I guess we'll see you next Friday. Yeah. And Gene, I'll let you softball tomorrow. You didn't text back to the chain to say you're showing up or not.
No, because I'm playing it by ear. Look, I'm getting up early tomorrow. Kiana's hanging with some peeps, so I'm gonna get up and drive her because I like doing that. So I can, but I mean, I'm thinking I might just bail on it, Pete, based on the weather you're telling me and everything. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. So we'll see how it goes.
Do I have everything? Yeah.
What could you have possibly missed?
And
I'm scared to ask. As a matter of fact, I don't want to know.
I could have missed Cord Angelucci, One Doctor OK. For some reason bringing up ivermectin. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what ivermectin is. Were you talking about that earlier? You're probably talking about it. Bob Fan of Patrice. I know you're not going to read this, but it says love you, Pete. Anything you want to say to Bob? You fucking cunt-sucking, Jew-loving. Yeah, I apologize, Bob. Pete's like that. He's like that.
Oh, my God. Yes. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I got my doctor's appointment on Monday, so we can talk about that next week. Just a regular checkup.
By the way, next Friday, I can do next Friday, but next Friday I will be in Boca. If you know anyone in Florida near Boca, let them the fuck know, people. Let them the fuck know that me and the wife will be and we'll be hanging out with. I'm going to tell you right now, it is the bomb diggity. Pete, all your boys. I'm going to be with Giger Netsit. You know what? Fuck that. If they're around, I'm just going to fucking put the camera in the hotel room and fucking podcast. Curtis John and his tranny girlfriend at Wendy's. Bob Fan of Patrice and his, well, you don't want to go, Pete. Bob Fan of Patrice and his wife are coming. It's great. And you know who's probably coming 99.9% sure, Peter? Did I tell you this?
Giger?
The Rojas boys.
You did, yes. That George, yes. That's crazy.
I know so many people in Florida, and everyone I looked up, they're like George and Bob are like both within an hour. And Bob writes, it's like Boca. It's like, you ever been? It's all filthy guineas now. I'm like, that's perfect. He's like, you'll love it. So we'll see. But I'm so looking forward to that. But let's plan on Friday unless something changes. We could always do a Thursday night show if you want, whatever. I'm not worried about it. Pete, it's been a half hour. I don't want to keep you too long. You're the new Tosh Bruno with him, Frankie, and we love Frankie. I'm glad. Shout out to my boy Andrew Herbert, who fucking made sure Frankie made that video. I can't even take credit. He's so much better than me. Pete, I mean it. Happy fucking birthday. I love you, big brother. You know you're one of the best things ever.
Thank you. And everybody have a great weekend.
Going. Should have hit me with the hammer. Max Loadz, everyone. Oh, forgot to gather the crowds, Pete. Hold on. That is Otis Loadzzz.